Good afternoon and welcome back to ACS Cobham for our second game of our Super League live doubleheader. Essex Rebels, Malory Eagles, the rivalry continues. The Malory Eagles have just beaten the Essex Rebels men's convincingly in 3 sets. Now we'll see what happens in the women's game. Mike Hansen-Morris, got a special guest with me, someone that would much rather be playing, but joining us in the commentary booth today, Sophie Shishko. Sophie, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Obviously, I know you're out at the moment, but obviously, just talk about the Women's Super League as a whole. Obviously, you've been part of it last year. It's so intense this year. Everything's up for battle. And these are two sides that are lost today, and they are looking all over their shoulder if they want to make the Final Four at Crystal Palace.
Yeah, no, the last 2 seasons, I think, the game has really stepped up. Plays are faster, teams are hitting harder. You know, the types of plays we're seeing are, like, way better than maybe 2-3 seasons ago. And obviously, between Malory and Essex, there's quite a lot of shared history, so this is always a good and fun game to play. Sorry, I was on mute.
Good start to your commentary debut.
Well, you gotta learn someday. So anyway, for those who just saw me miming it, the last couple of seasons for the Super League have really stepped up. Plays are faster, hits are harder. And you know, Malory and Essex have got a long history, good rivalry, and it's always a very fun game. It's definitely one we look forward to playing and training for.
And the script was finally broken by the Rebels. Alex Chinnery didn't know how to beat Malory, but did it convincingly November 3-0. Obviously you were at the game, but it's a much needed win for the Rebels. They were the kind of team trying to break through, and it felt like last year, obviously they got to the final, played that final against Malory, lost out, but that win kind of felt like it set Rebels up for a bit more success this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to pay credit to the Essex team from last year. The semi-final against Side Out was fantastic, and unfortunately last weekend Side Out took it in 5 sets, but from the middles and the opposite from last year's team that really got them into the final, it was an incredible performance and really showed that Essex has like guts. And then last time we played against them, you know, they were just flawless. Like the middles were on fire, the outsides were on fire. The setter was incredible. You can see her there.
Yeah, and it's so interesting that it's like both these teams have got storied histories, but Malory had that kind of stranglehold over Essex, and now Essex got it back. So this is kind of probably more important for Essex to just reaffirm stuff. But for Malory, what's the kind of the message you've been? Obviously, still been around the camp. This team's had so many roster changes, little things. Obviously, your injuries, Steph now missing the season. Like, how important is it to this group just to really settle into the back half of the season? Because nothing is secure. You can jump all the way up to second, but 2 or 3 bad results with the run of games coming up that they've got, suddenly you might not make Final Four.
That would be a scary prospect, but I think even this time last season, we're still trying to find our groove. We've had some roster changes too. We've lost Georgia from last year, Chica, Grace, but we've got some amazing new additions. Emily, Aaliyah, Patience, McKenna, Lena and Gabby, and then Claire's really stepped up as the opposite position. So it's now just taking what we know as like a Malory formula and being able to take it to the next level.
Yeah, and obviously National Cup last week for both these times. You already alluded to Essex losing in heartbreaking fashion against that 15-11. A little bit easier for Malory. So how much of it is now going to be important that this opening first part of the game is going to be super important, because Malory haven't had a lot of games on the schedule. I played Darkstar a couple of weeks ago. Last week was really just a training exercise in terms of what happened. So how important is it that Malory find a way to start quick and don't let Essex jump on momentum?
Yeah, and just to say that next week we've got Durham and Newcastle, so we can't kind of let slip now. But I guess for the opening points, serve receive will be crucial because that will set the tone for the game. If you can get your middles up and firing early, that will really kind of help Malory kind of set strong.
So we'll make our way over, see if we can listen into the toss, Tofi. Perks of the job.
I know, I never get this close.
Chloe Allen, McKenna Smith, the 2 captains, obviously. McKenna Smith had a good setting year and coin, not dropped this time. Oh, not spun properly though. So Malory won the toss and going to serve.
Woo!
First little win for Chloe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we are. So we're going to walk to the far end because we're going to talk about Essex first if we are swapping ends. So we'll just let the referees finish the intro. Indeed, we are swapping benches. So we're going this way, Sophie.
Just to note, on the Malory side, there is a leak from the ceiling, so that might have been a tactical choice.
Yeah, I mean, they are mopping it up. We saw that Newcastle use that a couple of weeks ago at Essex for the introductions for Nations Unite. Newcastle won the toss and made Essex take all the long route for the introductions. So part of the fun and games of Super League Live is the teams change benches. So obviously we come down to the Essex end, Sophie. This is a Rebels team that started the season, they were red hot. Yeah. They looked undefeatable, but the last month they've obviously, Leia Borovic was missing with injury for a long time. We'll talk about her in a minute, but this team, it's just not clicked recently. The loss to Newcastle was a surprise. We knew Sideout could be close, but that's the first time they played them, but it feels like they've not had consistency because the way their sets have been, they've won some sets, but they've also lost sets heavily, like 15, 14, 13. It's not a thing you see from an Alex January side very often at all.
Yeah, and always coming back for the new year, there's always injuries or illnesses, but it does feel like Essex has slightly stepped out of the groove that they had right at the beginning of the season where they had some really crucial wins. But you never know, this might be the game to kind of reignite the passion.
Well, we know the Malory UEL rivalry and it's massive with Essex, but the big news, we talked about it, we're going to mention it, Leia Borovic had missed pretty much since Christmas. She is back in the lineup. Alex Drew told me earlier the expectation is she's going to start. Now Leia isn't quite 100%. I think she hit for the first time maybe yesterday, so there's a bit of rust there. But how important is it to put Leia's experience back in this Essex group? Because they've got 2 younger outsides in Kate van der Thunder, Leela Whittaker, have done well in spells, but that consistency isn't quite there. So for Leia to be able to step up and go today is a massive help.
Yeah, I mean, for like any team, especially when you're kind of down and hustling, having someone with Leia's experience and her kind of fight is always a bonus. So even if she's not scoring in the same capacity as maybe pre-injury, that's a great addition to have on court to kind of help bring the team together. Don't judge her on that one, that was unfortunate.
But it's interesting because the Essex are so middle heavy. We know how good Hayley Gillifan, we know how good Savannah Spitzer is, but you need the pass to do it, and that's the one thing that hasn't quite been there. Taya Shamblin's not had her best passing. Denai Caroli came in last week, really struggled in set one, but settled down. But that passing's not allowed the Essex to get their middles going as much, and recently that slowed down the success.
Oh yeah, definitely saw that a lot in the side-out game in the second set, where side-out really went after their serves against them.
Malory just makes sure they've got stuff for warm-up, but with the Essex runner form, is this a must-win, do you think? Because obviously we know they've got a difficult schedule, they've also got Newcastle Dome coming up, but 3 in a row is the wrong time to be going on the backwards trend.
I mean, even if you're not looking at the league tables, I think for Pride this is a must-win anyway. But obviously as we come into Final Four, we saw how crucial, these last games are in the run-up and how much it can affect your standings. Obviously, the better the draw, the easier your walkthrough is going to be.
Indeed, and we're going to make our way down the other end as Ian Legrand, Carol Jordan, Jefferson Williams still making the decision about the starter. Jeff Special doesn't know who he's starting 10 minutes before the game.
I never get to see that, so that's nice to know.
Oh, I asked him before the game, he's like, I'm going to make the decision in warm-up. As you nearly get your head taken off. We're going to talk about Malory though a little bit. Obviously, we talked about the changes. The big thing with this Malory team, and we know probably what Essex are going to do game plan-wise, tried and tested. We know Ari is so solid on serve, leads the league in serve reception. Chloe's done a terrific job again. She's top 5. The likelihood is they're going to go over at the second outside. We don't know what Jeff's going to do, but that's the key for Malory, right? The second outside to pass well and really just get the offense in rhythm.
Yeah, so we've got Jojo, number 12. We've got McKenna, number 9. Aaliyah, who's just swinging now, number 20. They've all been kind of training for the last couple of months. Jojo was one of the starters last year. I guess this season, is a bit more competitive with the more outsides we've got on the bench. But where, for example, McKenna may bring more power, Jojo brings more stability on serve receive. So it's really about what we need for the right time.
Yeah, and McKenna McCall stepped up massively in the game against Darkstar a couple of weeks ago. Claire Kellum, for the first time all season, had her worst performance of the season, and Megan stepped up into that opposite position and made a huge impact and swung that game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the good things about the Malory bench is that they can be quite versatile, and McKenna especially, when she swings, she really hammers it hard.
So the other person we want to really talk about, and I know it's someone that you've got to work with over the last 18 months, as Carol Gordon gets hit by Leia, an immediate apology. Obviously those two get on so well, so it's all good. But Claire Kellum, this was someone that couldn't get on the court at the back end of last season with the way George McGovern was setting. But she's really impacted the game, and she's become a really all-around player. She's leading Malory, or second in Malory and aces, leading blocker on the team, obviously second in kills as well. How impactful has she been, and how much of it's been excited to see her step up this season?
I mean, it's been great watching Claire kind of improve, and just to say this isn't something that's come overnight. She spent the summer in the gym competing, like really finessing her style, and I think what's really helped Malory with Claire in that opposite position is that she's not afraid to kind of go for those faster shots, those kill shots, or to slow it down when needed. So it's really great to actually see her kind of take a new take on the position.
And the one thing we know she's been working on is the serve. It's a little bit of a weapon. We don't know if she'll pull it out today, but it's something that's she's been drilling the last couple of months, and it'll be an interesting thing. We're going to take a quick break here from courtside. We're going to go upstairs. We've got the Essex Rebels, Malory Eagles women in about 7 minutes here from Cobham. So we've just repositioned up here onto the balcony as we're a few minutes away from the Rebels and Malory game. And Sophie, also that league table, we talked about it on the impact downstairs, but it's so tight in the lace. Durham obviously streaking clear, but it feels like any one of Malory, Side Out, Newcastle and Essex, there's the fourth. One of those is going to miss out, and any other year that team is more than worthy of it. But it's so competitive that with these games coming up, both teams got to go to Newcastle and Durham next week. It feels like the breathing room is super important.
Yeah, and especially because for most of these teams it's going to be a good couple of hours on the road, so definitely not having that home advantage is a problem.
Indeed, and obviously that will just give us the room. So as we are a couple of minutes from start, teams going through final warm-up, what's the key, do you think, today? What's the one thing that's going to swing this game one way or the other?
It will be the serve reception. Both teams have very accomplished servers. Both teams have very accomplished passers. But if you can't get that serve receive out and going, get your middles fired up. We know Essex are clearly advantaged on the middle side. So it'll be down to Malory to make sure that they serve tough to take them out.
Indeed, and we'll just get our ones to watch ready to go as teams about to serve. And we'll start on the Malory side, and if in doubt, go to old reliable, right? Chloe Allen, obviously the heartbeat of the Malory team, captain, along with Ari Sierra, kind of the two mainstays now from the roster with kind of the injury stuff. And Chloe's just, again, it's similar to Claire Kellum. She's not going to do anything spectacular, but she's just rock solid. She is the foundation.
I don't know about that. I think she plays pretty well. I mean, you ever been on the receiving end of one of her spikes?
I've seen enough of them over the years. But no, just to Chloe's integration, like she just oversees the whole thing, like communication, leadership as well.
She leads both on and off the court, and I think some people lead with like noise and fire. She leads with like a calm, like, constructed energy, and when in doubt, she's there to turn to. She knows the team very well and reads them very well, and she also practices what she preaches. She turns it on right when we need it.
Yeah, and she'll be a big part. We'll talk about like her loads. On the other end, obviously, Leah Borek back. So we get to switch up a little bit, and this is someone we didn't quite know till we walked in the gym a couple of hours ago what she was going to do today, and that is Taya Shamblin of the Essex Rebels. Obviously, last week had to flip over and got moved to where she was last year in the outside position against Side Out. Saw a lot of ball, but with Leah Belvic back, able to move back into libero position, and she's one that you talked about serve reception. She's not had a good year this year compared to last year. She's about 0.1, 0.15 lower, but on her day, she can be one of the top passers in the Super League.
Well, that's just to say, when you are a libero, your main focus is passing. It's a bit different to shift that mindset to go from libero is just passing to outside. And, give her credit, she swung very well last weekend. So it might be that maybe as a outside hitter, the passing stats aren't as good as last year, but maybe now that she's in her black jersey, she might be able to kind of gain some consistency and focus.
Yeah, and you can see, obviously, leadership as well. Obviously, Essex with a lot of changes on the roster year on year. So super important for her to be able to just solidify that leadership group along with McKenna Smith. And obviously, Shamblin moving back into the lib spot today. I know it wasn't an easy decision for Alex Chinnery catching up with him. There was a world where I think he was thinking about playing her back on the outside. But she'll be part of that starting 7. So for the Rebels, pretty much back to old tried and tested in terms of their starting group. So they will start. Number 9, their captain, McKenna Smith. From the setting position, their 2 outsides, number 14, Elena Dupre, and number 10, Leah Borek. Through the middle, Savannah Spitzer wearing 13, and Hayley Gill-Fillan wearing 22. Tara King opposite, wearing 6, and then Shamblin wearing 27. And Tara King, someone that maybe that's the flaw in the Essex performance last week, so as tight as that game was in moments, that one of your reliable hitters, Tara King, who's had a really solid season, only saw like 10 swings last week in 5 sets, so she got starved out of it a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see if she can reform those connections. And as for Malory, they will head out with a couple of decisions for Jeff. We saw him umming and ahhing where he goes, Sophie, so he'll go with number 2 Gabby Nobrega as the setter, and then number 4 Chloe Allen, and number 12 Jojo Cruz will be the outside, number 11 Claire Kellum in the opposite, and then the 2 middles are going to start number 6 Jaden Scott, and getting a start as well, number 16 V Orowan. And obviously V's had a couple of big games blocking, so maybe gone with a bit of a block and trying to slow down that Rebels middle.
Yeah, so V's a well-known Malory veteran, so maybe didn't see the court as much last year, but she's also had a few injuries, so it's good to see V back, and we know how she plays, and it's good to have some height up there on the middle to kind of stop Essex where we know they have a strength.
So Jaden Scott gets us underway here at Cobham Super League Live, and an immediate impact for the Rebels, pass and immediate side out for Leia Borowek on her return. She'll go back to the service line immediately, but a really strong opening swing. Great to have all of you with us on Super League Live. 53% favouring Malory right now. We know this could go all the distance between these two sides as Malory try and run the middle. Borowek gets a hand to it, and Tara King will push a deep ball at Ari Sierra. Chloe Allen goes to the tip, and that's been the struggle for the Rebels the last couple of weeks. So they've really struggled with cross court, but really that 3 metre line has been a big thing. Side out used that to their advantage last week.
Yeah, and I think one of the things watching back footage is that there's a bit more of a weakness on the right side of the defense of Essex, so that's definitely something Malory will try and exploit.
McKenna Smith tight on the set, and they're going to call a violation in the end. Did well to get it out to Gillifillan on the right hand side. Those two well up in the hitting numbers, but a couple of the Malory middles starting to make an impact on that leaderboard as well, as Gabby Nobrega leading Malory in aces on the service line. Gillifillan on the slide, and that's the Rebels' bread and butter, getting Gillifillan especially onto that right wing, and it's so hard to stop.
Yeah, especially when she likes to kind of push it deep to 1 or cross to 5, so it's really important that the outsides are closing properly as well, because that could be a massive weakness for Malory.
And it will be Gillifillan back to serve, which will bring Savannah Spitzer into the game through the middle, as 2 referees just having a quick chat. Gillifillan, one of the more unique serves in the Super League, stands way far back beyond the service line. Caused side out a lot of problems in set 1 last week. She'll try and really push it out to Jojo Cruz, and that's what Malory can do a little bit with Allen and Sierra. They can take a little bit more court and really try and protect a little bit, and you can see how tight Ari was to 5 before that ball was even released by Gillifillan, and Cruz didn't have much to work with to know it was going to go out. Yeah,
and previously when we played against Essex, Claire can always drop back and pass. She's just a bit more versatile as well, rather than just being a pure opposite, except for this rotation, obviously, because she's stuck in 3.
Yes, Chloe Allen missed the serve. Hopefully, the 2 women's teams that were watching have not learnt how to serve from the men. As McKenna Smith goes flat, Cruz plays it, overhanded Kellum, picked up by Shamblin down the line, set in the pipe for Borowek, dug up by one of her best friends. And a long rally here as Tara King calls for it. McKenna Smith going to be a bit passive on the attack. And now Cruz will dig on the swing and splits the 6-5 seam. Shamblin, Borowek, no getting to that. It's a strong opening kill for Jojo. And that'll put V at the service line. Jaden Scott back into the front court for the first time, having opened up on serve. As Smith pulled out to the right side, going to set Elena Dupre. Kellum with the dig, 3 ball to the Rebels. Dupre's tight angle, but Nobrega able to be in the right position, and Kellum
just
misses on the sideline, trying to go on that cross-court angle, which is a preferred shot. But encouraging signs from Malory that they're able to slow Elena Dupre down, because she dominated that opening game.
Yeah, I do think though that the block on the Malory side needs to step up, because she looks like she has quite a lot of room on the court to swing at. So
as Nobrega with the one-handed, Sierra puts it over, because that was outside the realm of Scott. Good cover by Ari Sierra, and Savannah Spitzer misses, and Jaden Scott called for the net touch, convinced she's nowhere near it, but referee's call stands. And it is 5-4, Rebels lead. So Dupre, first year pro from Virginia and Virginia Tech, her collegiate career, as Kellum shambling with the shoulder, keeps it up. Kellum goes aggressive and Cruz into the block of Tara King and Savannah Spitzer. But again, the versatility of Kellum there, she could have set that for over on 2, she could have hit that, electing just to keep the offense going, and then Jojo able to finish effectively. As Kellum misses the baseline by about 12 foot.
Yep. Is that going to make the swing and a miss compilation from Super League?
I think that one's a little bit close up for that, but yeah, we did have a couple of those of you who may not have seen it literally fire off the back wall a couple of weeks ago.
I think
Courtesy of
Nathan's
Mr.
normally
Nathan Fullerton and
go for
Mr.
it.
James Ledbury. Savannah Spitzer goes short. That means Ari Sierra can pick it up. Cruz goes cross court, misses the sideline. And Alex Chinnery happy with the block set up on that. As again, Ari Sierra getting a lot of touches early. Scott on the slide, dug up by McKenna Smith, but can't control it. And it's kind of been the weakness of the Malory offense a little bit. They've not really been able to get the middles as involved as much this year. Obviously, it's hard to replace Grace Lazard, but obviously Jaden Scott's been one of those that's definitely helped up. But it's something you want to see more of Malory a little bit, just to keep teams guessing.
Yeah, and obviously when you get your middle up and firing, it makes it a bit easier for the pins to be able to kind of have at least a single block, if not a double block.
As Borovec goes off the antenna, for those of you who maybe knew, that is out of bounds. And that is a point to Malory, so we're tied at 7 apiece. As Cruz back on the line going at Dupre, perfect pass, Smith back set, Tara King threads the needle. Beautiful angle by Tara King, who's again another one of those British players developing at Essex. And she said didn't see the ball a lot, but if she swings like that, hits the seam, that's gonna hopefully get her a few more opportunities, and she'll head back to serve. As Allen into the block again, and that's the experience of Chloe, right? She's got a real good feel for different types of attacking angle and when to pull each one out, and they're a bit more of a power tip, going for the high hands.
Yeah, she knows that she doesn't always need to kill it, but that was also another thing that we saw in the game last weekend against Side Out, using the hands of the block, especially on that right-hand side.
Scott's serve puts Essex under all sorts of pressure, and it's a de facto ace. Not quite sure officially how to score it, because Essex never got it over, but Chambly tried to take a lot off that on the attack, so it's probably more of an attacking error than an ace.
Yeah, that's definitely meant to cause some problems out of system.
So Scott, this time flat, forces the overpass, going to play the first ball herself. Allen goes to the tip and splits King and Borovec. Beautiful little placement by Chloe Allen. The two of them both tried to get there. You can see Tara King talking about that with the team, who really wants to take primary responsibility for that. And Malory have a 2-point lead here in the MAAREE Women's Super League. Set 1 as Smith, poor bump set. Borovec has to give up the free ball. V, hands up. Tara King gets there on the dig. Borovec's going to go cute off the top of the net tape. So Malory sort of out of system, but Kellum's the one that sets. And that's what Kellum can do. That's in system for Malory, and Alex Chinnery burns the timeout immediately. 4 in a row for Malory. And again, Sophie will have a look at that one. Really just pushing it out and then going wide with the block, and then at Essex back line, because they're worried about the tip. They're now a little bit late getting to that drop and able to split that seam.
That just shows Chloe's experience. She scored 3 times in that just behind the block, so they shifted the Borovic shifted up on the defense and then let Chloe kind of have access to that seam.
Indeed, and Jaden Scott putting on service pressure, second in the team in aces coming into the season. She's always one that's happy to take a bit of risk as a middle as well. Still serving 86%, but the lowest on the Malory team of the core serving group as Dupre. Smith, Gilfillan on the slide, blocked by Chloe Allen. And that's the confidence you talked about, the opposite needing to go out. Chloe Allen lining that one up. That ball was only ever going in one place. And Allen able to line it up, and that's the momentum shifts when your best outlets shut down like that, as Scott goes short, shambling well there. Borovic goes to the tip, Kellum keeps it up, but it'll be a free ball. Rebel shambling takes it away from Dupre, ends up on her backside, but it doesn't matter as Borovic hits the line on the dot.
That's a great swing.
And Jeff wanting a little bit more on the block, but we'll have another look at that. It's a terrific swing. In fact, just inside the line looking at that angle. And that's the importance of Leah Borovic to this Rebels lineup. As Allen, Nabrega's going to run it down, puts it high in the air. Allen's can only go tight. That's an open net. Elena Dupre, no invitation needed. Thank you. There's another point. And Allen had really no other options.
That's why it's so important to get your serve receive right, especially against a server like Leah.
As Nobrega goes bump set, Allen over the double block off the net tape. Tara King able to play it. And Kellum in the right position. Allen again, another tip. Tara King this time getting to it. Smith scrambling, goes over. Malory now out of system. Sierra, Allen off the net tape again. And a big rally as Dupre gets Cruz scrambling. Kellum goes aggressive. Rally of the match so far. Elena Dupre wins with a beautiful shot over the block and beats Jojo Cruz in 6, and that's a big momentum swing for the Rebels.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jeff suddenly makes a setting sub. I think there's a bit of weakness in the Malory block there on the right-hand side.
So Borovic looking to tie us up. Allen though with a beautiful ball. Cruz from the pipe hits the net, and Rebels from 3 down tie us up at 12 apiece. And now Jefferson Williams going to use his timeout. And immediately, just a very weird conversation with Gabby Nobrega, but the last few balls, there's not a lot she could have done. Malory just really scrambling to get in the system. Obviously, this team's so good at just keeping balls up, but it doesn't necessarily always lead to the best attacking opportunities.
Yeah, I don't think she's managed to get her hands out of the serve receive at all for the last kind of 3 points, which is a testament to Essex serving. But we still need to be able to kind of be creative even when you can't get a pure, clean in system set.
Indeed, so we're back level, and this kind of as we almost thought. It's probably a lot of back and forth. And we're expecting tight sets all the way. So out of the timeout will be Borovic to serve. And coach's point, Jefferson Williams, first of the day, which is amazing with the amount of bad serves we saw in the first game. We combined 30 service errors between Malory and Essex, mostly by Malory.
Let's hope this is a different game, but with the same outcome.
Shambling gets crossed up. Does okay to get contact, and Dupre with a monster swing. And Jefferson Williams really not happy with the block on that. No real challenge to shut down the angle. Just hands going up vertical, no press at all, giving Elena Dupre wider angles. As Gilfillan, Cruz takes it away from Sierra, but great pass, and Allen goes line, but line enough that it hits the antenna. And so the Rebels into the lead. Could see the antenna moving.
Yeah.
Always a bit of a giveaway. As Cruz tight, Nobrega keeps it.
So it's a fault from the opposition.
Savannah Spitzer, I think, got called for the reach. I thought Nobrega kept it, but clearly the touch was by Spitz, and she'll get called for playing the ball on the wrong side of the net. And it's a cheap point for Malory as Chloe Allen pushes Borovec back. McKenna Smith's not getting to that, and that's an ace for Chloe Allen. As looked like Leah Borovec maybe just got something in her eye a little bit. She was just fiddling about with that, but immediately took responsibility as plays that one to Dupre. Shamlin takes Dupre off the ball, and that causes chaos. Free ball, Eagle slide for Kellum. Smith gets there but can't get the second touch. It's flat. Chamberlain and Borovec were sliding, and again Malory being able to run the slide a little bit with Kellum. She's so aggressive, pinching in to try and help with that block, but we know that's, we've seen that a few times in her arsenal this season. As Chloe Allen looking for a serving instruction. I think she got one late. Definitely didn't come from Jeff, but I think Andrew Omashemi on the bench gave her a choice. As Spitz has to wait on it. Malory going to get it over. They're going to call a lift for Jojo. She went into the Super League banner on the far side of the court. I think probably the right call, but always hard because you always want to see hustle rewarded, but referee's got a job to do. But really good, smart piece of hitting by Savannah Spitzer there, because she didn't have a great timing connection on that attack, as that one misses the line by McKenna Smith. Error number 18 from the service line on the season, but we know she's one of the big weapons as well. 12 aces on the season as a middle change for Malory. They're going to go middle for middle, as Ava Kudalek coming in for V. So Kudalek's had a pretty strong year from the service line, as Savannah Spitzer connects with McKenna Smith perfectly. That one timed up. We'll have a look at that one again, Sophie. Just a beautiful connection, and that's the setting capability of McKenna Smith. She's probably had the strongest season of anyone in the MAAREE Women's Super League from the setting position. The variety she's able to be provided this Essex offence, as Kellum steps in, just misses the line. Again, that ball coming inside, not the easiest one to hit, not quite as far out as maybe Gabby Nobrega wanted to set, but Kellum with the unforced error, and we're tied once again, 17-17 here. As Allen from the pipe goes into the net. Savannah Spitzer did well to kind of hold on that and not get dragged out. It looked like the ball was going the other way, and Jefferson Williams going to be aggressive, use the second timeout, as Essex Rebels have an 18-17 lead here. And Sophie, it's one of those, it just feels like who's going to make the most errors potentially will lose this game. It's about both teams are going to grind out points. Both teams are solid enough defensively to keep balls in place. It's sometimes maybe just making other teams earn it rather than giving 3 points away.
Well, I think if you asked who was first out of the gate, it was Malory, but now it seems Essex has kind of come out and I think is probably leading in terms of domination of the set. But, you know, we still have a couple of points to go, so we'll see how we finish.
As Nathan Fullerton and Daniel Farrell having a bit of fun in the timeout, as we see a lot of the line judges do. Variation of old school games brought back to the Super League.
I thought we weren't allowed to discuss line judges. Not after last set.
Oh no, we interviewed the line judge. That's what we did here at Super League Live. We play by our own rules. Elena Dupre aces Jojo Cruz out of the timeout. That ball, I think, may be going long, but hard to tell. But big ace for the Rebels. As Georgia McGovern checking in as well. Georgia came back last week, had a little bit of a break from her Germany season. As Allen gives up the overpass, another great serve by Dupre. Options there, King Cruz gets a touch, but not enough. And Georgia comes up a little slow, maybe more frustration.
Yeah, you can see in the replay she
waited
but didn't watch.
Yeah. And Malory going to make a
substitution.
Probably more of a blocking substitution, probably, with the height of Patience O'Neill coming into the game. The bigger of the Malory options. So you probably see a block, and you can see Claire Callum indeed stepping into the passing unit. Dupre will go straight out, and not the greatest pass. O'Neill with the left hand plays for the touch and gets it. And Alex Chinnery looks to the sky.
That was very smart play from Patience, because she didn't jump for that. It was clearly too tight for her, but she made it work. Claire Kellen with the top serve.
Yeah, there's the serve. We're
And
talking
there's the
pre-game.
ace.
What a time to bring that out, to have the Patience down too. She doesn't see it very often, but she goes. She's been working. That's what I alluded to downstairs. I chatted with her a couple of weeks ago. And she said she'd been working on it and didn't want to overuse it, but pull it out in small spells, and she's going to go for it again. Another monster. Dupre gives it up. That's going to be in for the Eagles. Free ball. Jaden Scott off the hands of Savannah Spitzer, and Malory from 3 down, back level, but it's all come from Claire Callum at the service line. Not many jump servers in the women's game. Hajar Elawani probably the one that's had the most impact over the years.
Not compared to the men's game, no, but you could do a lot more with a float serve, especially if you serve it tight to the net.
That one misses the line. Tara King went for the touch. Patience O'Neill tried to block it, but that ball just drifted wide.
No, I think she tried to miss it.
Well, she went up for the initial block, saw the tip and tried to pull her hands out of the way, and then was like ball in, ball out, but that one just agonisingly wide. No arguments from the Rebels as Callum changes it up again, going at Elena Dupre though. Borovec off the net tape. I think Gabby Nabrega got a touch on it, and now Essex Rebels call the timeout. 5 in a row for the Eagles, and they have control of set number 1. We'll have a look at that again, Sophie. Yeah, I think a little touch from Gabby Nabrega, not the biggest, that one off the net tape. But Claire Callum coming through on the service line, and that's the thing that, again, 2 aces on big serves. Then that 4th one, she took a little bit off. That one, completely different serve altogether, no jump serve at all. So, like, the ability to mix it up and get the ball in play and keep that receiving unit on their toes.
But we're also in the end game of the set, and we know that you don't want to give Essex free point at this point in the match. There's a technical issue with the scoreboard. There's
I've got no idea. The Rebels have
suddenly gotten 2 extra points.
So was it 22-17 and Malory won? No, that's right.
Now it's been corrected, so
I've got no idea what the score is. Is it 22-22?
no, the one on the stream is correct.
Well, we're about to find out.
Yeah.
I didn't think Essex had a 5-point lead, I can't lie. Josh Holdsworth will know what the score is down there. I can guarantee you that, because he's statting every point. I think it's 22-20 Malory, but someone's going to be unhappy in about 30 seconds' time.
Yeah.
It's either going to be Jeff or Alex, and I don't know which. So what is the score? Do we actually have a clue? So the scoreboard that's... Alex Junior's got his head in his hands. I've got no idea. Have we got someone that can go find out for us? I think it's 22-20. I've got no idea. Hard to commentate when you don't know what the score is.
Yeah, we can't see what the flip score is either.
No, it's only one-sided. Kellum off the top of the net and onto the side, and apparently the Rebels are up 23-22. That's what we've got to go with. So
yeah,
Savannah Spitzer, short serve. Ari Sierra steps up to take it. Scott on the slide over Gilfillan and Borovec. Big point, Malory. And 23 all, but Essex on receptions have the small advantage. And they're going to make a sub. It's going to be Emily Feller in as a setting sub for Gabby Nebrega. Patience O'Neill's going to stay in the back row. And she'll serve first. So Jefferson Willison ringing the changes. And into the net goes Patience. So set point Rebel, serving sub coming. Anastasia Jovicic in for Tara King. She'll also play a little bit of a DS role, so she'll probably stay in for the rotation on the back row. Sierra gets aced for the set. Fist bump by Alex Chinnery. And the Rebels take it 1-0 here at ACS Cobham.
You're just left alone with me. Michael's gone to find out what's happened with the score. So in case you're tuning in now, Essex have taken the first set 25-23. Might find out some clarity on what happened with the scoreboard. So the ref's just double checking with the score sheet, but unfortunately the result stands.
Oh, it's going to have to at this point, but we'll have to look at the stream and go through points later on. Can't do that mid-game, not enough of us to do it.
That's a bad point in the set for that to happen. But obviously for Essex this is a great opportunity, and then they made sure they made the most of it by taking the set.
So important though, like for Jovicic to come on down the stretch, big service error, big service moments of serving sub, and to ace the best passer in the league, huge momentum boost for the Rebels, because as I said, that set one may just stream up the whole game and how that game flips.
Yeah, and especially if so many big points happen towards the end of it. So we'll see if we can carry on that momentum as we go into set two.
As Josh Holdsworth and Alex Chinnery just double checking they've got the right rotation, don't want to put the wrong number on the scoreboard. And we'll take a quick look at the stats. Hopefully they should be pulling through for us, Sophie. Indeed they are. So Essex with we've got we're not quite fully pulled through yet, but interesting that both teams, like, it feels like if that service run is kind of super important for Malory, that they've got that momentum going. Obviously Kellum on that top spin, but how do they create more opportunities? Because it feels like it's kind of been a little bit scrambly for Gabby Nebrega at the setting position. She doesn't feel like she's had her feet set very often.
Yeah, and Essex servers target that kind of deep 1, deep 5, which especially if you're an outside getting ready to swing, it's difficult to move into. So it's creating problems for the offense. And then if Gabby can only kind of dig it up, that only really limits you to your kind of pin options. So we can't really get Jaden or V back into the game. So I guess if I was in the Malory huddle, I would say try and create time on that pass just to be able to kind of diversify your offense a bit.
Yeah, as Malory going back to the same starting 7, so Kutelek and Feller back onto the bench along with Patience O'Neill. And Essex not expecting many changes from Alex Chinnery today. Same group, it'll be Savannah Spitzer to open up serving in set number 2. We're just going to make sure the court is dried, that one little wet spot from the roof is properly sorted before we get underway. And now we are ready for set number 2 of what was, either way, a thrilling first set. A lot of swings back and forth.
A lot of big hustles.
As Nebrega goes with a setter dump on 1. That apparently was dug up. I'm not quite sure how. The line judge has got his flag down, saying that ball was in. I thought that ball definitely hit the deck. Don't think there's any shadow of doubt about that. The line judge called it down. That
Both
line judge called it down.
Referee says no.
That was down. I think we all saw it down from here. Sierra takes it away from Cruz. Allen, one-on-one blocked by King. Ball out to the other way. Jaden Scott only able to find Elena Dupre in 6. Borovic tip but short, so Scott plays it out of system though. Allen nearly runs over Ari Sierra, trying to put a swing on it. Gilfillan tip into the hole, and 2-0 Rebels. Beautiful piece of hitting by Hayley Gilfillan.
Especially from that middle, you're going to be catching them on their heels as they're expecting a hard hit. So tip just like that is perfect. Set to Leah Borovic, and it goes in the net. Point to Malory as Jaden Scott goes back to serve.
So Scott again targeting Dupre, who's held up well in serve receive this year. King, and I think Chloe Allen got a piece of that. Lined up indeed, looking at the Malory bench. We couldn't quite see, but that well lined up. That ball super high. So McKenna Smith goes with the aggressive back set, and yeah, Chloe Allen able to rise up and get that and level us up at 2 points apiece.
And that's a serve in the net from Jaden Scott as Tara King goes back to serve.
So King clips the tape. Allen able to get there. Kellum from the back row just stayed behind the 3-meter line, but you couldn't put your foot much closer than that. We're directly opposite the 3-meter line at this side, and she cleared that ball in the seam, beat Gray away to her left, and a big 10 ball for Kellum. As McKenna Smith sets up Borovic.
Oh.
And Kellum goes through the bottom of the net, trying to set up the block. So Sierra's digs all for nothing.
It's a great up, but unfortunately. With Leah Borovic back to serve.
And another flat one. Kellum almost played on Carol Gordon's knee. As Dupre gets it on back from Smith, and she splits that gap. Nothing Jojo Cruz can do about that one. Elena Dupre, one of the best hitters in the Super League. We'll see why, Sophie, on that reverse angle. Kenneth Smith put it straight back out.
The speed of the set, the speed of the swing, she cleared that perfectly.
As Cruz plays that well. Kellum, I think that clipped the net tape, took some pace off away from Elena Dupre.
As Chloe Allen goes back to serve, score is 4-5 to Essex Rebels.
So Dupre goes with the roll this time, lands it on the line. Tips it to perfection. No argument from the Eagles.
Hayley Gilfillan back to serve for the Rebels.
Sierra overpass. And Ari Sierra, another error. Again, trying to maybe take a bit too much court, being a bit too aggressive and not trusting JoJo Cruz as much.
With a server like Hayley, she knows she's going to target those spots. And maybe she was right to...
Yep. Another pass now. The Rebels 4 points clear early in set 2 and that end of set 1 taking its toll on Malory. Sophie, he called it. Serve receive is going to be super important, and Malory, it's not been up to scratch in the last 15 points.
But also, Dupre's just having a great time at the net. And Malory's blocking isn't meeting with her, so she's just swinging away.
Jefferson Williams just talking about shape probably, and talking about what he wants to do, and just getting the team relaxed. It's this team's known for dealing with runs a little bit, and they can sometimes get in their head. We've seen that this season, that they've not been able to grip momentum back as well as they have in past seasons.
I mean, a 4-point deficit seems small now, but when you get to the end of the set, it feels a lot harder to get them back.
So, Gil Fillan. No, she's probably going to go back on that cross-court serve. And that one long, another coach's point for Jefferson Williams, number 2 of the day.
Yeah.
And now it's V back to serve for Malory. That one 3/4 the way up the net. And a cheap one for the Rebels, much to the delight of the Rebels bench, away to our left.
It does feel like the energy's shifted away from the Malory side and is all on the Essex side right now.
Smith. And they're going to call a rotation foul on Malory. They're going to say JoJo Cruz and Kellum were the wrong way round. Malory should be in 3, so they should be correct. I think we're going to get a let. Indeed, we're going to get a let. Referee error, no problem. They're not easy enough to fix, doesn't harm anything. Except McKenna Smith serving rhythm, maybe she goes over the baseline.
I think that you jinxed that one.
Yeah, always the way. Always the way. It's always my fault. I know that. It's commentator's curse at its best. Is Callum going to go aggressive? Heavy topspin, misses the sideline. Didn't quite connect on that, but again, I think that's the service area you're happy with your Jeff Williams, the way Callum served at the back end of that set number 1.
I think the contact though was a bit too slow. That ball had a lot of time and it dropped. If it was a bit faster, I think that would have caused problems for that Essex serve receive.
Nebrega goes for the bump set. Cruz beats Shamlin away to the left. Shamlin looked like she got beat on that from our position, but JoJo Cruz placed that really well into the corner.
And JoJo back with the serve. Dupre, Smith, back to Tara King, who tips it to Gabby. Claire Cullen with the hands. Chloe Allen with the kill.
And much better again, but Claire Cullen being able to step up and set. No loss of rhythm, going aggressive. And Malory's really starting to attack that cross court.
Try and build that rhythm up again. JoJo back with the serve.
So, can Malory put some service on as that is called in?
That looked like it was going out.
Borovec touches a hand, Callum gets a touch on it and it takes it away from Cruz. That's one you'll kind of be okay with on the defensive end. There's Carol Gordon just having a little chat there with Jefferson Williams, just talking about blocking angles. It looks like adjustment with the hands not being as calm as the coaching team from the Eagles would like. And that'll bring Savannah Spitzer back to serve that short serve we've seen time and time again. Jaden Scott plays it. Kellum from the back row tries to tip it and tips it into the net tape. And it's back to a 4-point lead for the Rebels. Alex Chinnery, I don't know what he's signalling to me, but something about head. Maybe he thinks he's got an advantage, but we'll see. That short serve definitely causing problems. Scott again plays it. Allen, tight angle, nearly runs over the referee, and that is the short serve by Savannah Spitzer that Malory have not adjusted to. You've seen Ari Sierra take a lot of court on that early in the game, but you wonder if you can do something else here.
I push Jojo up, bring Claire into the unit.
That time, more central Sierra able to take it. Allen into the block of King and Gilfil, and she'll get another go. That one tight, and that one, it's called a violation.
Outside of the antenna, I believe.
Maybe, I didn't see the flag wave, but I wasn't also looking at the flag. So it's all of a sudden 4 in a row for the Rebels. And they are in cruise control in set number 2. 14-8 up, having won set 1, 25-23. And it's the middles that are really on service runs. We saw Hayley Gilfil a minute ago, another short one. This time again, Sierra to play it, and Scott squeezes it through the block of Gilfil.
Jaden Scott back to serve.
She wants to just get an extra second or two for her shoelace. Scott misses the baseline on that one. That one just no topspin at all, just stays flat.
But it didn't drop.
Yeah, Jade just said, just caught it flat. But Malory don't need service errors right now. We need to find a way to put some pressure on the Rebels. As King clicks the tape. Allen! Again, squeeze through the block, but you feel like Rebels are close, Sophie. They're getting a lot of touches. They're not quite converting yet, but you feel at some point if you can do that, especially if this goes to a bit longer, 3, 4, 5 sets, you'll now get rewarded for that.
But also you can see that I think most of the sets now are going straight to Chloe, maybe as a result of the serve receive.
Ari Sierra makes a crazy save, and Jojo Cruz just stopped playing because she didn't think it was up, but Chloe Allen got a touch on it, and it's just ill-discipline by Malory. You've not heard a whistle. Why stop playing?
Yeah.
That would have been one of the saves of the season.
Especially when Ari was in the table.
Essex chirping Malory for not throwing the ball under the net, but the Rebels men threw it over the net multiple times in the first game. Funny how that works. As Cruz. They break a great bump set. Kellum into the block of Gilfil. And that's a monster by Hayley Gilfil.
And substitution is being called. McKenna McCall for Claire Kellum.
And that's to change it opposite, so McCall's going to step into that right side, obviously not in this rotation. As we said, in the pre-game was stronger as Borovec serves into the antenna.
Chloe Allen going back to serve.
And Malory need a service run. Allen again to Dupre off one knee, gets it back, goes for the power tip. Allen able to read it. Cruz waits on it, great touch on Breger. Malory keep it alive. Dupre, another power tip, but Allen well in position this time. And King with a great touch. Dupre, another tip. Cruz, left-handed, gets that all types of wrong.
She wasn't ready to swing at that. She was on the wrong foot. She went up with her left hand, but impressive defenses from both sides. Just sticking a hand out, getting it up.
As Sierra back set from McCall, that's off the block. And the referees are going to discuss if there was a touch. And indeed it is. initial complaints by Essex, but once it was rewarded, nothing major.
Interesting.
Well, you always try and claim the point. It's the right thing to do, right? Even if you know you didn't touch it, you'll see is Malory make the same middle sub as they did late in set 1. So Ava Kutelek coming in as a serving middle. Smith so slide is called for, but Scott is nowhere on time. That ball careening upwards. McCall not able to track it down. Rebels have just been so clinical in this set.
They've really just taken it away. Now 4-point gap's now turned into a 7-point gap.
As Cruz. McCall waits. Dupre gets a hand on it. Sierra sliding under the net. As that one, I think, clipped the antenna in the end. Sierra, was, in case it didn't, was trying to cut it back in play, and now Jefferson Williams is going to call the timeout. But you feel like Essex Rebels are just in cruise control.
Sorry, just
and
checking.
They've got
the
an
score.
8-point lead in set number 2. 20-12 is the lead. And right now, it's really interesting as we see the more flag
Is it going
hitting skills. No,
Oh,
inside.
it just missed.
Sacked.
New line judges, please.
But it feels like Essex, this is the Essex we saw before Christmas. This is the Essex that hasn't been there the last couple of weeks. Really solid, error counts dropped, and they've kind of just getting what they want on the offensive end.
They're serving well, their middles are getting up there. Malory's block isn't meeting them. So we'll see if they'll bring some more fight to the end of the set.
As Cruz aced out of the timeout. Again, the ball clipping the antenna. McKenna Smith going down the line. That is in the crowd today as Malory trying to make a sub. Where are they going? They're going to go with Patience O'Neill once again. McKenna called to pass. So another change. As Malory tried to run middle, Scott gets it wrong. Shambling big hand on it. Borovec. Sierra bumps it. That's high into the sky. McCall again. Rebels getting block touches everywhere. As Nobrega has to play it, so Malory again out of systems. McCall, tight angle, beats McKenna Smith on the cross court. Lovely piece of hitting for McKenna McCall.
Barbara, to answer your question, you can play the ball as long if it goes on the opposition side, as long as you pass it back around
it can't have crossed the antenna. If it's gone wide of the antenna, then it's the ball in play. That's Savannah Spitz's mum, by the way, Sophie.
Oh!
As Sierra gets a dig on that. O'Neill cross court. And no tracking that down. Back-to-back cross court swings for the Eagles. Probably a little bit too late in this set, but if you can flip momentum at the end of this set and give you something to work on going into set 3, you never know what might happen.
I mean, we saw this with the men's. They were similar point down and managed to make it up. So we'll see how it goes.
Lovely back set for Dupre. McCall gets a hand on it. Malory crossed up, so give up the 3 ball. Smith with all options, and Spitz beats Jaden Scott on the block, just drifting away to her left. And the Essex middles have been instrumental in success as Elena Dupre. Back on the service line, another short serve. Nobrega, tight set. Scott tries to wipe the hands of Borovec, but can't find the floor. But Leia Borovec into the net. And Jefferson Williams looking for an option. Who does he want? Emily Feller it is. So Malory gonna really keep everyone guessing. Feller for Nobrega. So this is the similar group that ended set number 1.
I think the set was just a bit too tight. I think he wants to, Leah's got a great line shot, so having a bit more height there is probably to get a bit more stability on there.
Smith aims for Borovec. Scott gets a touch. Savannah Spitz has to put it over onto McCall. From the back is solo stuff by Leah Borovec. Huge block. We'll have a look at that one again, Sophie. Lined up perfectly on the 10 ball. McCall get a lot of depth on it.
Yeah, she was there, ready, pressed.
Beautiful piece of blocking by the Croatian. And the Rebels 2 points away from a 2-0 lead. As Allen blocked, and they're going to call a net touch.
On Gilfillan? Jaden Scott back
as she peeled off the net, just caught it on the way coming off. Scott, who had a service run early in the game. Malory need one now, and they're going to get 1 point there as King misses on the cross court.
That was a really sharp angle. If she'd gotten that, it was really impressive.
As that one just flicked the tape, Smith saves it. Patience O'Neill gets one hand to it, scrambling back. Allen Dupre's, that's over, so it's a free ball. Malory need to convert this, and they don't, as Fella and Kudalek, not on the same page. And it's set point to the Rebels, and there's a missed opportunity for Malory. And again, kind of summary of this game, just not being able to string together a lot of points offensively in a row. And multiple times now we've seen them not kill off a free ball.
No.
As Fella out to Allen. Allen goes tip. And Gil Fillon can only put the ball exactly where it was.
Emily Fella for the serve. Set point Essex.
And she goes line. Borbeck, beautiful pass. Gil Fillon on the slide for the set. Beats Fella. And the Essex Rebels, no doubt about that one. 25-18. Led it from start to finish, all but. And Alex Chinnery's side back into form, it looks like. And Malory Eagles got a lot of answers to come up for, because right now, just look at a team that feels flat and it doesn't quite know how to get into this game necessarily.
Yeah, I totally agree. It looks like a very different energy compared to the one that we started with.
It's amazing what 1 or 2 points at the end of a set can just flip how the storyline goes.
I think you jinxed it when you said, it's only 4 points.
As we will hopefully have a stats update in a couple of minutes, but it feels like the distribution, it kind of feels like it's been a very team efforty by Essex. Everyone's kind of chipping in. Both middles have had success, especially from the service line. I think that's the one thing that Malory have managed to really struggle with, is find that consistency in serve receive. There's been a couple of miscommunications, and even when they've not got aced, the offense has never felt quite in sync today.
Yeah, I think we haven't seen enough of Claire in the game. She's making a few mistakes. Chloe, I think, is really the only option that Malory have at the moment. And then on the Essex side, we've seen Dupre swing a lot more. Some big kills from Leah Borovich as well. Couldn't tell that she was out for a couple of weeks, so you can really see. And then obviously the middles are absolutely converting, which I think Malory needs to be able to kind of get their middles involved more.
Yeah, for sure. It feels like Essex already seem to know where Malory are going to put the ball. It feels like a really good game plan so far and scout by the Essex staff, and they've just shut everything down that the Malory Eagles want. You can see Carol Gordon kind of leading the Malory huddle. Jefferson Williams and Ian Legrand still looking over the starters sheets, and Malory have just handed it in, as again Carol Gordon doing that. And Sophie, on that side, obviously we'll talk about Carol for a second. She'll hate us when she listens to this back, but obviously a great opportunity for Carol now.
I mean, she's dancing right now.
Well, that might get the energy going, but obviously the call up to the England team, obviously she had the job on the interim basis now, full time. How nice is it to see? Because obviously you've played under obviously this whole staff, but Carol for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think no one's as passionate as volleyball in England as Carol, and whether she was in the coaching position or not, she is one of the biggest supporters of developing the game. And it's really great to see her in that head coach position, especially with her energy, and she really wants to kind of make a difference. So it'll be exciting to see, especially because there are some England players on the court right now, to see kind of where she takes them going forward. So as we start the third set, if you're just tuning in, Essex leads 2 sets up. Malory to serve with Jojo Cruz at the service line.
Yeah, it looks like Malory gone back to that same starting 7. So Kellum back in the game along. Well, we don't know who the second middle is. I didn't see who, so I missed the rotation. So we'll have a look at that one. As Dupre, who's seen a lot of the ball on serve received today. Borek, and that's a net touch by Gabby Nabrega. Another unforced error by the Malory Eagles.
Tara King back to serve for Essex.
Yeah, King's chipped in. That one low and flat. Well played by Malory. Allen Dupre off one knee, able to keep it alive. Lovely bump set. Borek tight to the net. Miscommunication, no one there. And Sierra goes short on the ball. Allen and Sierra, not on the same page. That one off the net tape. 3 bodies hit the floor for Malory, and Kellum goes deep on the tip. Overpass by Shamblin, and Allen misses it. They wanting the tip. And Essex Rebels win a big one. And again, this is feel like a Malory team in flow kills that off every single time. Not often Chloe Allen and Ari Sierra getting each other's way on the back row. But that's kind of the way it's gone for Malory. As Cruz is beaten by King. And it just kind of feels a bit like the men's game, Sophie. Just momentum's gone and there's no way to get it back.
Yeah, and you can kind of see on the body language, just need someone to kind of pick it up. Drive it again. Like a great pass like that from Ari.
And Scott squeezes it through. Wasn't the most convincing, but sometimes...
If it gets through the point, sometimes that's all you can ask for.
Indeed.
Jaden Scott back on the service line.
Yeah, we've seen Scott with a couple of service errors, but she also had that service run in set 1. And that's what Malory probably got to do. They've got to find more points on service. Essex have sided out really well, especially in set 2 as Gil Fillan plays it. Borek nowhere to go as Gil Fillan took it away from Smith. Alex Chinnery sending McKenna Smith to the net for something. No idea what. That felt like a pretty cut and dry point from my eyes. Maybe we'll find out at the end of the game what he's asking for. Borek waits on that one, finds Cruz, long way to go for Nabrega. She's covered a lot of ground today. Gil Fillan asks for the set. Borek, no hand on that one, way over the baseline. We just talked about momentum. There's 3 in a row for the Eagles. And we are tied at 3 apiece. Must win set for Malory. As that one misses the baseline again. As Hassan Farhat and Dylan Cohen below us have a friendly bit of banter on, with Hassan on the bench as the physio for the Rebels women this year. And as much as this is a rivalry, Sophie, it is always played in pretty good spirits, a lot of respect across all 4 teams as Ava Kudalek gets the start in set number 3 from the middle. Allen goes tight roll. Again, Gil Fillan calling off Smith. Nabrega, lovely bump set. Allen can attack that one, wins the point.
That was a little too tight.
but
to properly convert, but well
Yeah.
done for Chloe for making something of the most of it.
But again, MAAREE covering a lot of ground, and she got it into at least a hittable area.
Yeah.
And she had a lot of ground to cover, and she'll go back to the service line, and probably where Malory need to make something happen. As
That's a great
Chamberlain
serve.
forced to serve, and there's the service leader for Malory. Make something happen, go to your aces leader. And she gets ace number 10 of the season in her first season for the Eagles, having played for Lionhearts last season. Gilfillan on the slide. Kellum gets a touch. Nebrega keeps it alive. Cruz inside the three, so can't jump at it. Dupre onto the line. We're going to call a violation anyway. But I think Dupre went into the net on the tip attempt.
Yeah.
So Alex Chinnery wanted the ball to be down. Jeff Williams wanted it out. The line judge called it in, and the referee called a net touch. So net touch wins. Dupre this time makes no mistake. Oh, that's a good. There's the advantage of replay that Tara King wasn't ready when the when that point was played. So the referee called it, and Tara wasn't ready. That's a great spot, Barbara. That's where you've got replay and we don't. Well, at least I don't want replay on there while I'm trying to do too many things. So Hayley Gilfillan on the serve, Cruz, Nebrega again, and Allen not able to put a proper swing on it. Borovic, that's tight, and that's going to be over by McKenna Smith. Good call indeed. We've seen Smith rescue some crazy ones this year, but that one too far gone. And again, a little mistake by the Essex Rebels, because that was basically a free ball given by Chloe Allen to put it over on one by Leah Borovic. Not a mistake you see too often. So Alex Chinnery wants to just calm everything down a little bit, because we know this game, like suddenly if Malory get one back, then it puts pressure on, because as tight as the league race is for playoffs, the difference between potentially 2 and 3 points come the end of the season may be massive, Sophie.
Oh, yeah. And you definitely saw last season, one set dropped to any team could change who ends up in first and second or even third.
And obviously if you get to that point where playing set 5, not 2 points is guaranteed. It might just be 1 point if you got reverse swept. That's my cue curse word of the Super League this year. For those who listen to the Timeout podcast, you might know what we're talking about since opening weekend. As Dupre gets it back into the block of Kellum. Recycled possession. Dupre, second chance. And that one is absolutely obliterated down the line.
Just look at the replay. Cover back.
The ability to just go off 2 steps as well. It wasn't a deep approach.
Right, I don't think you could see the speed on the swing there. That doesn't quite translate to what we're seeing live.
Lena Dupre able to get into double digits points on the day. First Rebel to do so. Smith again. Cruz gets it back. Shambling, that's going to go over. Kuzalek goes aggressive. Borovic able to cover. Dupre cross court nails it, and Elena Dupre on form is one of the best players in the league, and she is showing it early in set number 3. Back-to-back replays, no arguments about that from me.
So I don't think you can quite see on the replay. The block slightly shifted too much to the left, which gave her the whole of the cross court to swing away at.
Nebrega has to jump for that. Kellum waits. Tara King picks up the roll. Dupre has to go tip. Nebrega over. Scramble. Both teams looking for a good opportunity. King recycles. Dupre rolled off the net tape. Malory now finally getting an attacking opportunity. Kellum line, no good. Shambling there. And Dupre gets that one wrong. And we are tied at 7 apiece. A shambling force over the baseline. Borovic thought about getting there. Alex Chinnery just, that'll test out if you're fully back to fit, if you can go get that one. Changing direction, flat out sprint, and Borowiec falling just a little bit short. As that one called in by the bench, left by Borowiec and out on the call. Good job. As Sona Yasha struggling with the Essex Rebels bench. I think when they're calling it in and calling out, throws him off a little bit, but he got it right. Shamblin, a lovely one-handed attempt, but McKenna Smith just about running out of room. Didn't want to go head first into the wall, which I strongly think is a good, sensible business decision. Maybe
especially at this point in the season.
I'd say maybe if it was 14-14, set 5 of a final, it might be worth it, but outside of that, your body more important. As Shamblin overpass, Cruz goes to kill it off. Shamblin with a ridiculous cover, and the Rebels able to keep it alive. Malory slide for Scott. Smith to Shamblin. Dupre beats Sierra. And once again, Malory have a free ball and can't kill it off.
Malory have had at least 2 opportunities in that rally, from the overpass, which was a gift, to Jaden Slip.
Oh. That one was out, but I'd say the overpass looked like it may be creeping out as well. Didn't even maybe need to play it. Savannah Spitzer misses the line.
Jojo Cruz to serve.
Got a signal off Jefferson Williams. Goes towards Shamblin. King has to wait on it. Great swing though by Tara King. Jefferson Williams frustrated at Cruz in 6. Couldn't get to that one. And not quite.
Just one step away. Tara King back to serve. Most likely going 1. Oh.
She tried to go 1. That one not far off though from going it. It's a nice aggressive angle, trying to go a little bit shorter on it, and Alex Chinnery said he's all right with that as well. Down in front of us. Just a seventh service error for the Rebels on the day. They've also got 4 aces, so pretty good success rate. Shamblin. King has to set Dupre into the net, way into the net on that one from about 4 meters, 4.5 out when she jumped. And Malory have a 3-point lead. And Jaden Scott at the service line. Shamblin, much better pass. Slide for Gil Phelan. Kudalek and Allen get a touch on it, but not enough to slow down Hayley Gil Phelan. Who's been effective today. 5 kills on 7 swings, I believe. As overpass, make that 6 on 8. And again, this comes down to key. Serve reception. Essex had a little patchy bit. Now Malory struggled with a couple in a row. As Sierra pulls Nebrega out to 3. Allen with the tip. Rebels have done a lot better job getting to some of those roll shots compared to the last couple of outings. As Kellum into the net, jumping backwards. That wasn't a great set, no Nebrega.
No, she slowed her arm down as well, so if she was a bit closer to the net, she could have rolled it maybe, but...
So we see the crowd in, some of the Malory team, including Mish, one of the physios. It's that one left by Malory, but left to go into the back line. And now Jefferson Williams calls the timeout. It should be a 14-13 Rebels lead. 3 in a row for the Rebels. The in-house scoreboard struggling a little bit, which just adds chaos to us.
Yeah. might be misleading as well, because there'll be a shock when the points are corrected.
We know what the score. Well, we said that. We thought we knew what it was
Yeah.
in set one, and we were apparently 2 points wrong. We will. Yeah, we may delve into that on Tuesday on the podcast.
But Essex have clearly brought the momentum back onto their side with 2 successive service runs.
Where's the motion meter I needed from last game? It's definitely going back up and down, and it's.
I think it's definitely
Either
going
team
to the right.
Yeah, but 4 points ago it was all Malory again because they won 3 in a row. Borovic out the timeout, finds Chloe Allen. Allen takes him off at Borovic with a good dig. Dupre finds Cruz. Again, the ball just being very central, targeting Chloe Allen. That's an overpass. Dupre
Ooh, then she's
into
in the net.
Not even close.
I don't think she realised that. It's always annoying when you turn around and it's like your hair or your shirt.
I think it was a half
Yeah,
half her body. Wasn't Alex Chinnery immediately like, no, you were definitely in the net. So big one for Malory out the timeout. Nebrega, who had the ace early in set 3, doesn't get one that time. As Allen again seeing ridiculous amount of ball from Malory. It feels like the only place Malory are confident right now is Chloe Allen. They're going to have to fix that if they want to win this game. And again, the emotion meter swings a little bit, Sophie. So what we're talking about.
I'm pushing energy to Malory. I'm pushing energy to Malory.
I suppose you are allowed as a Malory player, but
For the sake of a 5-setter as well.
yeah, true. As Dupre, little block touch by Kudalek and Kellum. Kellum's going to get one back.
Oh!
Tara King with the dig, but that one over.
That's the energy I sent that way.
Okay. And now that's 3 in a row. And now it's Malory with 2-point lead. You're wondering if can Gabby Nebrega put some more pressure on here. Shambling overpass. Allen and Smith joust. It's going to come back Malory's side. Kellum power tip off Dupre. Ball into the Malory fans. Dylan Cohen launching it. Perfect pass. That's a 3-point pass. I don't know if Dylan Cohen even knows what that is. As Nebrega goes short on Shamblin. Dupre on the tight set, blocked, but blocked out by Kellum. And that's a big one for the Rebels. Didn't want to get that lead any further away. As Gil Fillan finds Sierra. Kellum.
On a big swing!
Borovic unable to make the play in. Malory crowd back in the game a little bit. Borovic wasn't far away, but just a little bit too far to her left. There's Allen. Borovic called Dupre off. It's an overpass.
Ooh.
Kellum goes early. Smith has to play it, so it's Malory still in control. Kudalek shambling with the pancake. And King is over on the line. Just didn't have time to drop on the depth. Not a lot Tara King could do. And Alex Chinnery burns the timeout. 19-15, the Malory lead. And the Malory men starting to really try and keep the crowd going here. This is what wasn't there in set 2, but also the performance from Malory. You can see Alex Chinnery there just trying to just simplify the message. Just take his team to take a deep breath.
I think maybe it's the first time this set we're seeing maybe Essex looking a bit more rattled and Malory coming a bit more into it in their stride. And as we leave the timeout, Chloe Allen comes back to serve.
Yeah, I'll see if coach's point is in effect or not for Alex Chinnery.
And if you can see Jeff smiling, it's not from our performance, but it's because his
As
granddaughter's
Kellum
here.
shambling with a ridiculous point, not called for being under the net, interfering with the play. She made sure everyone was okay. Thumbs up from the Malory side, but it didn't matter. as the ball was out, but definitely looked like Shamblin on the recovery attempt was interfering a little bit, but either way it's a Malory point.
It was still very impressive.
It was a monster pickup.
Yeah.
Alan aces Borowek, and that is probably it for set number 3. 6-point lead late in the set. Dupre calls for it tight again. Smith goes with a beautiful setter dump. Gabby Nebrega nods her head at that. No blockers up on McKenna Smith on the tight ball. And she's able to flick the wrists, put it into the corner of 1.
And McKenna Smith goes back to serve.
And that'll put her in the back row, as Sophie said, on the line. Cruz has to wait, goes to the roll, but Tara King waits on that, puts it down, and 2 in a row. Jefferson Williams asking why she went for the tip. As Ari, perfect ball, Kulik fighting. Savannah Spitzer went aggressive on 1, probably wasn't the right decision. And Kellum goes with an insane angle. No picking that up from 2 to 2. We'll have a look at that one again, super sharp.
So she takes a little bit off, you can see it from the finish in her wrist. A lovely little beat shot.
So as Kudelek finds Borowek. Spitzer rearranged, Nebrega gets a touch on it. Allen with the rescue. And they're going to be called for 4 touches.
I'm not sure if it touched the... 4 touches, I thought it touched the ceiling.
I think they're saying Cruz played it, but the
With
actual
her head.
block attempt on the first touch was off her head, so it was in the process of a block. I think that's correct.
I think Alex Chinnery will disagree.
Well, he's always going to disagree. He's got to look after his team. But the block attempt was there, and that doesn't matter if it hits your head and you block. That's still a part of the blocking action.
Yeah.
That is the first touch. If that's not the first touch, and you've got 3 more. So let ball. Ava Kudelek back to serve. And ball don't lie. That's a cardable offence, if I've ever seen one. Immediately going at the chair umpire saying about the ball. That's clearly an intention to basically say you blew the last call, but the referees have been very lenient with cards, as Mr. Jefferson Williams didn't get one in game 1 for wanting to remove a line judge for making correct calls. So at least there's some consistency as Kellum finds Dupre. Great dig by Dupre. Borbeck, high tip. Jaden Scott's first touch. Nebrega out of play, so Malory out of system. Smith has to play the ball in 1. And Tara King just misses the baseline. Kellum. Interesting to see if she changes the serve. She had that big service run at this end in set 1 on the jump serve. That one goes flat and over the baseline. It's 23-18. That is the correct score.
Oh dear.
Alex Chinnery questioning the score, but I'm pretty sure we've got it right. Alex Chinnery talking about a removed point, but we're pretty sure that's correct. Slide for Scott, blocked by Borbeck. Sierra on the cover, that's going to be tight. Joust, Gilfillan, Cruz can't put it away. Great defensive dig by Dupre. Borbeck dug up by Sierra. Allen. Borowek takes it away from Savannah Spitzer. No libero on court, and Tara King gets that wrong. And Malory win a big point. But again, both teams defensively on point, making teams earn it. And Malory going for a blocking substitution. O'Neill for Nebrega. So pretty much this is as big as Malory can go with any lineup.
I love that you had to go and check in the substitution.
Yeah, just double checking. Maybe Aaliyah's got an inch on Chloe, I'm not too sure. But it doesn't really matter, as no block needed on that, as Borowek puts the free ball over the net. And the Malory Eagles win it 25-18. Alex Chinnery not happy. Having a word with Carol Gordon. We do have a division NVL referee on the scorebook.
Yeah, she's the one actually looking after. I think she's NVL actually.
Yeah, no, she refereed. Yeah. She refereed the Malory Staffs game as second referee last week, and the Giants Durham Cup game. She was on National Cup duty last week, so is an NVL referee on the book. And Malory back in the game, and the crowd, as I said, back into it.
If you're just joining us, we are in the about to start the fourth set, with Essex winning the first two, and now Malory have made up to bring the score to 2-1 at 25-18, following what was quite a defensive-heavy set, with a few changes towards the end of the set to kind of increase the strength in the blocking, but also seeing some big swings from Dupre for Essex as well. So as we go into the fourth set, you know, Essex will be looking to close us out, whilst Malory will be looking to bring this to 5. So it's all to play for. We've had some technical issues with the scoreboard, so if you see any coaches being grumpy, that will be why. So you can see the second referee talking to Essex Rebels coach, just as how we kind of closed out the end of the set. As we kind of go into the next one, expect that most of the lineups will be pretty much similar, probably not making any changes from the core groups, especially as both teams really need to win this set. One team to obviously finish the game, and the other one to get it through to a fifth set.
So just having a look at some of the numbers. Thanks, Sophie, just give me time to pull it up. Chloe Allen leading the way from Malory with 13 points. She's got 10 kills, 5 errors on 32 swings. Claire Kellum with 9 points on, she's got 8 kills on 22 swings. And Jojo Cruz said she's seen a lot of the ball. She's 27 receptions. As for the Rebels, Elena Dupre's passed 22 balls, Shamblin 21. But it's really the Rebels' attack that's a lot more efficient, apart from, well, in fact, same efficiency in set number 3, so it's more errors that have crept up. It's Elena Dupre leading the way with 11 points, 10 kills on 30 swings. And Hayley Gilfillan, we said efficiency, 6 kills on 8 swings for Gilfillan.
And she just looks so comfortable up there, swinging in the middle. So for this set, let's hope Malory kind of brings some challenge to it.
As underway, Borowek making her return to the Rebels. Allen goes power tip on a wrong foot. Savannah Spitzer. Dupre gets a touch on it, and then goes hard into the wall with a right hand hip. Hassan Farhat and Alex Chinnery immediately calling timeout. We hope the prey's okay.
She looks like she's okay.
Alex Chinnery did call timeout, so that should be granted. Not ideal to call it 1 point into the game. He's now going to cancel it now. Dupre's okay. But that was a little bit of a hard hit. Luckily, there was a bit of a slide first. It wasn't a complete impact collision.
You could hear the hit in the... What were you saying about colliding into the wall as a business decision?
Yeah. But also great refereeing as well to allow Dupre before giving the timeout, giving Dupre time and then giving a quick chance for Alex Trinity to cancel it when she saw and got heard she was fine. So it's a really smart piece of officiating because no one really wants to burn a time out 1 point into a set. As Scott clips the tape, Shamlin plays it well considering. Borovic goes tip to Kellum. Nebrega has to play it over, unfortunately, for Malory. King makes them pay as she dots the sideline. Beautiful swing from Tara King.
Tara King back in the service line. Score is 1.
As Kellum from the pipe, dug up by King, and into the scorer's table goes McKenna Smith. Essex seem to be flying around all parts of ACS Cobham. As Dupre, Smith, Borovic off the net tape, that takes it wide. No block touch. As the in-house scoreboard currently not working, so we're going to have to rely on, first of all, JC being 100% correct, which is correct 99.999% of the time. In other words, he very, 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 very rarely gets anything wrong whatsoever, and the in-house scoreboard. He went to give me an evil. I was like, no, I was praising you. Everyone gets the odd thing wrong once in a while, mainly me on commentary and messing up names. But that was a point to the Rebels. I missed what happened. I was typically having some fun.
It was a tip right in the middle.
I saw the ball go down, no idea who got it, as Borovic clips the tape again. Back set, Allen has to punch it over. Shamblin one-handed. Gil Fillan on the slide, goes for Kellum's hands. And great adjustment by Hayley Gil Fillan. Normally smashing the shot on the slide, this time going with the little tip to change up the angle. And Arisera couldn't get across to cover. So we are 3 points apiece as Cruz sending Nebrega scrambling once again. Another slide attempt, Gil Fillan off the head. Allen tight, misses on the cross court. And it's a 4-3 Rebels lead.
Leah Borovic back to serve. Score is 4-3 to Essex.
And after a bit of a wait, long serve. Sierra and Cruz watched that one drift long.
This does feel like the men's game.
You're going to make me check service errors now. That's evil of you. It's a model of consistency. As Allen aces Shamblin. Shamblin trying to take a bit of court away from Elena Dupre. Couldn't quite get there. So Malory, set 1, 4 service errors. Set 2, 4 service errors. Set 3, 4 service errors. Essex, 1, 2 and 3, 2 each. So model of consistency is Dupre squeezes it through the block of Kellum. Nebrega couldn't quite track it down. So yeah, Malory 12 service errors, Essex 6. No, sorry, wrong way around. Essex have got 8 service errors, Malory have got 12. I was looking at the wrong column on the stat sheet there. But not quite as bad. For those of you joining us, we had 30 service errors in about, I'm trying to think, about 115 points in the men's game, so we're talking 1 in 4 serves not hitting the court. Mostly contributed by Malory Eagles, but not all of them. As Malory have a 6-5 lead, Dupre and Borovic going for the same ball. Savannah Spitzer gets Jaden Scott off the net, back set Kellum into the block, and that one is wide as Dupre and Spitz were there to line it up. And Alex Chinnery just having a chat with Hayley Gill-Fillan on the bench, trying to make some little adjustments. We know that's what both these coaching staffs are good at.
Ava Kutleit back to serve, and it's just long.
Talking of service errors, there's another one on the scoreboard.
This is the wrong set for service errors.
It depends if it goes 5 or not. As McKenna Smith, the Rebels captain, on the service line, just misses the sideline. Alex Chinnery aghast, but referee and line judge on it. No real complaint by McKenna Smith either.
There's 4 back-to-back misses.
As Claire Kellum doesn't make it 5. Shamblin pulls Smith out to the 4-metre line. Little roll over the top of the block. Allen down the pipe. Shamblin with a ridiculous pickup because she was literally on her backside with the net tape cutting it off. Allen overplays it. King kills it. And a misplay by Malory, but Taya Shamblin with a ridiculous pickup because she had no right to get to that.
And the fact that there was some control, she just kind of splayed with her arm.
Yeah, the net tape killed the momentum. She was moving left to right and it went back to the other side of her body. As Cruz goes to a knee, great pass. Scott missing. Oh no, hits the line. No argument from Shamblin. I was wrong. There you go. Told you people make mistakes. As you can see, Alex Chinnery still spending a lot of time with Hayley Gill-Fillan. So they're clearly going to look, they're even making some sort of adjustment, either a blocking scheme, or they're wondering if there's a way to attack the Malory defense a little bit more. As Cruz takes him off and misses the sideline. And this another service error in set number 4.
With Savannah Spitzer back at the service line.
So Essex in set 3, according to this, I need to double check this if I'm reading it right, but Rebels made 14 errors in set number 3, and that's what helped Malory extend the lead, as Kellum, with an error of her own, misses the baseline. And if we are correct, it is 9-all. There is no, the big scoreboard in the arena, as you can probably see, has got 0-0, and we can't see the reverse of it, but there's both sides of, I think I've got blanks, so I think we're doing well. As Nebrega, Allen goes to the tip, pancake by Smith. Borovic on one knee, keeps it alive. Terrific defense by the Rebels. As Scott on the slide, Borovic touch, control of the point to the Rebels. This would be huge, and Borovic misses, no touch called. And indeed, Malory get to 10. As the Malory crowd, short but sweet chant. As Jaden Scott flat serve beats Shamblin at some awkward angle. Shamblin just started to slide a little bit towards 6. Tara King's not going to play that one.
I think she's covering a lot of court for Dupre because you can see them stacked in the middle.
Effectively, she stood. That green line's pretty much centre, so she's pretty much there. She makes that adjustment. Perfect pass by Shamblin. Borovic has to go outside hand. That one pulls her into the official's chair. And it's a 3-point lead. And you've got to think Alex Chinnery is thinking about the timeout. He's also maybe, does he, Blair Borovic not long back from injury, does he roll the dice with Leela Whittaker or Kate Funder? Oh, Kate's not here, so it can't be Kate Funder, so it's got to be Leela Whittaker if he makes a change.
She's there.
Oh, she is, I just can't see her. Good spot, but that is a timeout on the error. And Malory rolling in set number 3. 39 is the score. Biggest cheer of the day for the scoreboard being shown to the crowd. And potentially both teams will be going home with something, Sophie.
Whoa, I don't know. The score is still quite tight And, you know, I wouldn't discount Essex coming back.
Potentially. Key word.
But it's whether Alex Chinnery decides to give some of his main pin hitters a rest, thinking that maybe there's too much of a deficit. But knowing him, I think he's going to try and push for the win this set. So as we come back, we've got Jaden Scott to serve for Malory Eagles. Score being 13-9, which we're double checking because we can't see
No,
it.
it's definitely 13-9 because it happened in the timeout. We know that bit. They flipped the scoreboard around it. But yeah, no, Jaden Scott's had a big service day for Malory. It feels like a lot of the runs have come on her serve. In fact, I think this is serve 20 of the day as Dupre forced back. 3 ball given up by Gilfillan. Malory haven't not done well off 3 balls today. Can they change it? They can't as Allen is blocked out. Missed the sideline, but not by a lot.
Yeah, from this angle, it definitely looked.
It looked close.
It looked very close.
Yeah, that's why we got that camera angle in front of us. I keep forgetting to look at it as you can see the Rebels bench trying to help their crowd. Scott clips net tape. Gilfillan has to adjust on the set. Great awareness by Gilfillan. I think she ended up going up for that with the left. But yeah, Jaden Scott's got at least 6 more serves than anyone on the Malory team, which shows how impactful her serve has been today.
But Tara King going back for Essex Rebels.
Sierra Kudalek hasn't really got going on the offensive end. Smith goes with the aggressive tip. Cruz runs it down the Braga.
There's going to be a joust at the net.
Scrappy. I don't know if Malory got a touch on that. It felt like 4, not given. And now they're going to call a double touch. I've got no idea, but Malory won the point.
I think the ball was out anyway.
But it looked like 4 touch initially. I don't think the ball got over. But Alex Chinnery asking. Maybe the right whistle is better late than the wrong whistle. We'll go with that methodology. And it is 15-10 to the Eagles. Dupre. Gilfillan blocked by Kudalek. That one going over from Borek, trying to make the dig, and there's the change. Leah Borek's going to come out the game. Nothing she could do on that one, but you do wonder if Alex Chinnery is just ever so slightly thinking about a set 5 here, and it will give Leela Whitaker a chance to come in. When these two sides met about 12 months ago in Essex, Leela Whitaker came off the bench in that game. I think you remember, she had a massive impact, and that really put her trade on, and she squeezed it through the block. Allen can't make the dig, but you remember that, right, Sophie? Because it was a game you were in. She came in and it set 3 or 4, and she changed the momentum of the game. So it's a really another good opportunity for the youngster.
I got to come back in.
There you go. There's one way to remember it.
Yeah.
Whitaker again off the net tape.
Serve.
Lovely serve. Allen goes sharp. Dug up by Tara King. Dupre's been quiet in set 4. Gets rejected. Allen and Kudalek combine. I think Ava got the touch on it as Dupre had to go sharp angle. And Alex Chinnery goes and chats with Ben Merry on the bench. It's great to see Julia Haney and Carl Van Steeg, 2 former Rebels in the chat. As Dupre goes tip. Picked up by Nebrega. And no one on the Malory side. That I think normally Libero plays that, but Claire Kellum can set, so you wonder if there was a call. But again,
just a bit of miscommunication there.
Yeah, not often you're calling Libero off that one on the first touch when he setters out a system. And Malory are punished for it. 17-12, we believe. As back set, Kellum tip. Great cover by Gilfillan, playing 5 as the server. No lib on the court. Kudalek dug up by Whitaker, but dug out of bounds. And indeed it is 18 to the Eagles.
And there's a smile on Jefferson's face.
Is he feeling okay? Jefferson smiling in the middle of the game. Can't be having that as Whitaker. Chamberlain has to play it. Dupre misses the baseline. I think there's a touch given there. Both judges give touches. And it is 18-13 combined. I've just seen the 2 flick to a 3 on the scoreboard, so we know we are spot on. Great job, JC, to my right. As Smith. Cruz has to wait on it. Whitaker with the dig. McKenna Smith gets there with plenty of time. Dupre again having to go a bit more roll shot. Allen wasn't expecting the pipe ball, puts it in the net, and is frustrated with herself. That was a really good opportunity for Allen.
Just wasn't ready for that.
And Jefferson Williams wants to make sure there's no big momentum flip. He uses one of the 2 timeouts he has available. Carol Gordon's like, we are good. And
I think
everyone can just take a second to breathe.
Yeah, because we had the Leah substitution at 16:10, so Essex Rebels have done quite a lot to make up the ground. So
I don't know if they're trying ball rolling or if they're trying curling. The amount of spin they're putting on the ball, it feels like they've been watching too much Winter Olympics.
Watch out for the double tap.
Oh, good old Canadians. Curling final. We probably won't get home.
6 p.m.
We probably won't be home for that with the way today's gone, but we'll maybe be watching it on the way back. Good luck to the GB team.
As we come back, McKenna Smith to serve for Essex Rebels.
And you feel like if Rebels can win 1 or 2 here, then all the pressure is on Malory to try and find a way to come away with something. That's a great serve. Nebrega scrambling. Kellum's going to be able to attack it. Blocked and blocked out, but that was not far away by Elena Dupre. And no one from Malory is anywhere near that.
I don't think she was expecting her to be there. Claire Kellum to serve for Malory Eagles.
Glad Julia Haney was on the same page as me and you, Sophie. As Dupre spits her into the net. She's been a little bit quiet in this game. She's not seen as many balls, especially out of set 1 and 2. It feels like the middles haven't quite been running successfully for the Rebels today.
No, she had an opportunity because Ari was on the floor.
I say that. It's the 10th swing of the day as Whitaker to Dupre. Tight angle and Tara King gets that one. All types of wrong. And Malory looking like going to make changes. Kate Thunder's going to come in and presumably Tara King's going to take a break. Yeah, so Kate's going to move to, I assumed, well, we'll see which way around they go. Oppo outside. They can both play. Yeah, it looks like Kate's going to play Oppo.
Yep.
As Kellum. Ooh. Well left by Dupre.
And that was just a tactical timeout from Alex Chinnery as Tara King comes back on.
Interesting. So Dupre. 1 ace on the day, not going to get a second there. Cruz, cross court, that touches McKenna Smith's hands as she tried to play it from the back. And Malory Eagles look like they're going to take something from the game. The question is potentially going to happen. And we will definitely get a new poll in the chat for that one. As Shamblin. King with the tip, but well read by Malory. Jane Scott never even went up to block as Allen goes deep tip, and that one just misses. Lovely early call by Shamblin.
Shamblin already knew that was going out. Didn't even need to chase it.
It looked out, and then it kind of dips late, and I was like, no. So Savannah Spitzer on the service line for the Rebels. They need a run at service run, and they need it now. Allen makes sure that's not there. She splits the block of King and Gil Fillan. Perfectly executed by Chloe Allen. As long as my angle was right, that went right between the two. Indeed it did.
Yeah.
Past the left arm of King, right arm of Gil Fillan. As Scott aces Shamblin just about as King tries to rescue. And Malory Eagles
So it's set point for Malory Eagles.
I believe so. 24-16.
And Jaden Scott comes in for the serve for set point. Ooh. Smith.
Gil Fillan dug up by Alan Malory, able to rescue it. Nebrega with the third touch. Alex Chinnery wanting a lift, not called. That is tight. Nebrega wins the joust with Whitaker, and it's a
Free
Rebels
ball.
giving up the free ball. Kellum for the sets.
And it
Doesn't
was
connect as Shamblin able to play it off the net cord. Whitaker gets the touch off Nebrega. And Essex survive one more point, and it's into the hands of Savannah Spitzer.
She just served, so it's Tara King.
Oh, sorry, you are right. Savannah's off the court on the baseline. Yeah, she had the ball in hand. So Tara King, 85% success on the season, needs 7 in a row. 9 aces to her name.
Oh, nearly 10.
Not quite 10 as Sierra tracks that down, and Callum plays that facing the right way. Gil Fillan, Nebrega, that's going to be legal to play for Malory, but it's another free ball Rebels. King calls for it early. Smith jump set. Sierra.
That's
Another free ball
yep.
rope. Rebels still in control. That's a misplay, and Whitaker can't convert. And the Malory Eagles push us
to a
fifth set. And we are going the distance here at ACS Cobham. And captains to the net, please. We've got another coin toss to do, Sophie.
I'm sorry. Be careful what you wish for, guys. I wanted the 5 sets.
You did call that in the pre-game, to be fair. Can't argue with that one. I don't believe I mentioned reverse sweep on the podcast this week.
Oh, well, you,
I don't know. I don't
you
think I
needed
did.
to.
No. So the story, I don't know how much. So opening my season-long prediction for the MAAREE Women's Super League was there'd be 1 reverse sweep the entire season.
Oh, you've jinxed it now.
We had 2 on opening weekend. So prediction was out the window. We then talk about it. Nothing happens. I then mention coming out of Christmas, we haven't had a reverse sweep since opening weekend. We then got the Dark Star reverse sweep of Leeds that week. So it feels like every time I mention it, we've had one. I didn't mention it this week, and now we're going 5.
Oh, dear. Well, it just means you get more exciting volleyball, especially because the men's game was so short. Makes the commute down to Cobham worth it. Just whilst we're here, on behalf of Malory, just want to give a big shout out to VBDC who've put on the event for us, as well as all the camera crew from Volleyball England, who have done a cracking job despite the scoreboard not playing ball. So just wanted to say a big thank you for everyone who's make this event happen.
So, thank you, Sophie, by the way. So, in the last 2 sets, Malory have got 29 of their 50 points off Rebel errors. Malory themselves have had 14 attacking points in that time. So how much of this is about Rebels not beating themselves in set 5?
Well, I'm sure that the stats man, they've probably already aware of this fact. So you can see on court, they're trying to get together, what's happened. So now it's about where they push on from here. And, Malory will be thinking, actually, how do we carry on the momentum from before to keep them going?
Alex Chinnery taking 7 years and a day to fill up his lineup card for set 5. In fact, his players were already on court and in a deep huddle before it even went to the scorebook. But we
assume it's the same.
back, so Leibovic's back, which is what we expected. Malory not going to change it. Kudalek and Scott in the middle. And we are about to get ready for set number 5. Those of you maybe not watched a lot of volleyball. 1st to 15 in set number 5. Got to win by 2 clear points. The sides will change ends after whoever gets to 8 first. And it'll be Malory to serve, Rebels to receive. Jojo Cruz on the service line. It's always a big decision to put where to put your servers in set 5 with the shorter set, because it's impactful to have the right service late in the set, and I think we'll both predict something, that this is going to be something like a 12 or 13 point set for the losing team.
Ooh.
It's not going to be a blowout.
Yeah.
As Kudlek off on the rotation, Shamblin with the first reception of set 5. Dupre.
Oh.
No, Brega and Scott. Gabby can't get there. Jefferson Williams frustrated, but Elena Dupre quiet in the 4th set. Gets a kill to get us underway. Rebels trying to find a way back into this game. 10 kills, 8 errors in set number 4 on the attacking end, and Elena Dupre has had a big game in the early part of it. Sierra, high ball, that's going to be tight. Rebels in control of the point. Dupre is blocked, but blocked out. They're going to call a touch. I think the ball was blocked and then touched back on the angle. But hard to tell live. Referees go with the original call, so it's 2-0 Rebs. As Allen, that's short. Dupre into the block, recycled by Gilfil and Smith with the dig. So dump. Allen.
Dupre with a big swing, and she uses the block, and it goes out. I'm pretty sure that's her 3rd kill of the set. Gilfillan back to the service line to take the score 3-0 for Essex Rebels.
What a time to not be able to talk. Malory need this one. Nebrega bump set for Allen, tight angle. Dupre perfectly placed. Exotic slide. I have no idea what that set was, but it was outrageous by McKenna Smith. Savannah Spitzer with a ridiculous pickup.
You can
and
see
it's a
her
Malory timeout.
turn all the way around and dunk it. So as we go to the first...
Kyle, I'm not going to tell you to spell, but you may have missed the L in play because you're not going to pay your best way. But we appreciate the hashtag. I know exactly what he meant. Play your best when your best is needed. But it definitely says pay. I mean, if you want to pay us for that, we'll take it, right, Sophie?
Well, you seem to be dictating the game with your commentator's curse, so... Maybe that's one way to get more fundraising for Volleyball England.
So 4-0 to the Essex Rebels in this race to 15. Hayley Gilfillan on the serve. Allen. Nebrega, Scott on the slide, blocked out by Dupre. And Malory, that was a must-win point. And that'll put Jaden Scott onto the service line. Ava Kulek onto the front row. And Taya Shamblin able to eventually get back onto court to play defence. As Shamblin straight needed again. Dupre, recycle, going to get it back.
Tip.
Rescued by Malory.
And it's given.
Not quite well. That's terrific work by Tara King. That ball was dropping all the way in. Allen.
And another tip.
Spitzer gets taken out by King. I hope she's all right. Dupre misses the baseline. Hopefully Savannah Spitzer, she jumps up, but that was just nasty. Just accidental contact. She's just going to check she can go through that left leg. Tara King tying a shoelace. Everyone just needs a deep breath after a mega rally. How much do we want? Have we got a number, JC? How much do we want? Every little helps, but super chats we will take.
Essex just tried to call a timeout and was denied by the referee, but
that worked.
Jaden Scott misses the serve.
As you saw, Kath Tolley there, former Rebel, and some of the Essex men as well, getting fired up in set number 5.
Oh, and our scoreboard's broken.
Wrong way round. It's 5-2, I believe. As the Rebels captain, McKenna Smith, finds Chloe Allen. Kudalek with the tip. She's really struggled offensively for kills. King, Cruz gets a touch. Kellum's got loads of room. High set, that's going to be tight. Allen mistimes it. 6-2 Rebels. And that's one, you just got to get the ball over if you're Chloe Allen. Don't take the risk. I know she's trying to be aggressive, but make the Rebels win it.
Yeah, I think Callum pushed it slightly too tight to the net there.
It was slightly tight, but Chloe completely didn't miss the ball. Smith off the net take. Cruz does well. Allen! Oh! McKenna Smith, little nod of appreciation. Chloe Allen's not had many hard hit balls. Julia Haney's broke. Well, tell Alex Chinnery to pay you more, Julia.
She just goes right around the outside of Tara King's hand, straight down the line.
Nebrega. Tara King's being quiet. Kellum blocks. Great recycle. That is over. Free ball for Malory. Kellum waits into the block. That's rolling off the net and out of bounds. And the gap is just 2. It feels like everyone's just going aggressive nature. Don't worry about the error. They're trying to win it in one foul swoop.
We love it. We love it.
As Nebrega goes line, Dupre and Borek get crossed up, but able to get there. Dupre has to go with the bump. Malory in control again. Bad set. Kellum, however, finds the angle, leaning back. And Malory back to within 1, and they're going to just get the floor.
Something.
No.
No!
It's happened again.
It's happened again in the 5th set.
You're not going to get a let for that. You're not going to get a let for that, surely.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, for context, the same thing happened in the 5th set.
Have we got the clip?
We've got the Nathan Fullerton clip ready.
Yeah, so 12 months ago this happened, ladies and gentlemen. Nathan Fullerton on the right hand side as this ball comes back over right about here. On your near side, look at the landing, there's a piece of the floor goes missing. I think... Can we send Arnie on court?
And history has repeated itself.
We think so, at least. We're going to send one of the camera team over with the roaming camera.
Nathan Fullerton is in disbelief. He's just so happy it's not him.
Now what do we do, ladies and gentlemen? This could be a 20-minute break. Julia Haley, is it another hole in the floor? Yes.
They're going to stop asking us to come here.
Oh my days, that is happening again. I don't even know who put it in. I'm going to have to go back on YouTube and watch, or someone in the comments can go back and beat me to it. We are going to figure this out, ladies and gentlemen. Sophie, we might have some filling to do. Because we cannot play with a floorboard like that, I can confirm that.
So what? Just as we wait, we're going to have to see if we can flip the court to where Malory is. There is another volleyball
cross courts, but the bleachers are going to go. So, yeah, this is going to be a lengthy delay, ladies and gents. What we're actually going to do... Someone interview Nathan Fullerton. Good shout, Julia Haney. Where's Nathan?
Nathan! Nathan!
You're needed. This has happened. We just found Nathan Fullerton. We are going to take a break. I don't know what we do. I think... you almost got to restart set 5.
Well, if we take what happened last year, it pauses.
I know, but...
At least it happened at the beginning of the set, because last year was at crunch time.
The problem is this is 6-5. They're about to change ends. But which end do you go to? Like, this is the whole complex procedure.
I think one step at a time. Let's fix the court.
Carol's not rescuing a floorboard, I can tell you that much. I don't even know who put the hole in the floor. I'm going to need to find this out. This is top peak drama, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Super League Live. Welcome to ACS Cobham.
Only at a Malory game.
Great floors. I'm going to go back and watch the point because I still don't know what happened. I still don't know who put the hole in the floor, but you couldn't make this up.
Can we put it back on the stream?
Yeah, I'm pulling my laptop up. This is the point at 6-4.
Oh, is it?
It's there. Is it there before?
No, I think it's
I think it's already there.
Oh, so when Dupre leapt to save the ball.
I think.
We think.
Right. Hassan goes to help, but it's called off. Right, we're going to watch this point again. There's definitely no hole in the... Oh, is there? Hold on.
No, because it's right underneath the net. You can't really see it.
Yeah.
And then it
I'm
just
trying to work
pans.
out if it was already there on the first contact. But it looks like Elena Dupre did it, and there wasn't a lot of force on that one either. That was just a step. So, apologies, we can't replay this at home, but we're watching it on my laptop. I'm wondering if it's already slightly there. It's hard to tell. And everyone's rejigging.
Dee, can you grab a tote bag? It's white.
The bleachers are going to have to come in, so that's going to pre-game. We're going to have to move cameras around, so bear with us here. We might not have a side camera. I'm going to keep filling. Yeah, I was going to say it was my first time last year, so everyone's got a bit of a laugh. Alex Chinnery's going to come up. I'm going to see if I can have a quick chat and smile with him as he moves his stream, his camera. I think we're going to move it to our right-hand side. Sorry, Chinners, I'll move the chair. We'll deal with the wires. Yeah, it's a bit of a unique situation, Sophie. Well, I say unique, it's happened twice in 2 years. But yeah, there's no way we're allowed to come back ever again. And we...
Do you know what? Nathan was so paranoid it would be him this weekend.
Yeah, we joked about it. We're definitely not going to have our normal Super League live set up, but we'll figure out something. Credit to JC and the team who are going to work on that one as we fill a lot of blankets. So,
and
right.
Someone spilled some coffee on the new court.
Oh, of course. Brilliant.
I apologise, ladies and gents. This is not very professional. But please bear with us. So, just for context, we are in the 5th set, and the score is 6-5 to Essex Rebels, following an incident with the floor. We will try and give you some content whilst we switch the court around, but at this point we don't know if the set will carry on. I assume the set will carry on as they started.
Yeah, Steph saw it. It might have been done a point before it and no one noticed. You know what? Chloe Allen, come up here. We might as well do a mid-game interview. I don't know if this is going to work, but while we've got the Malory captain,
You're on mute.
Oh, which one? No, which one's wrong ones? No, we're on the right ones. Chloe Allen, it happened again.
Yes, we are cursed in this gym. We seem to have an argument with the floor every time. I can't tell you what's happening. We maybe need to lay off the pies or something. But
well, we might need a new dynamic floor.
Yeah, agreed. Maybe a sponsor in the works.
But just talk about, while I've got you for a second, just talk about not the game, but how you're going to reset the group, because this is a big time to happen. 6-5 in a set 5. You kind of at least a point on the board. It's nothing to lose, but how do you reset everyone? Because this is just going to throw everyone off.
I mean, I guess while I'm here, I might as well just say we are protesting the recall of the point, so we'll have that on the score sheet.
What, from set 1?
No, from this point, they're trying to take back the point and call a replay.
So
we will be protesting that.
Well, that's more drama to talk about.
Yep.
Do we know if the replay was officially given?
What was that?
Do we know if they've officially given the replay?
They have. They've.
Okay, so it's going back to 6-4. Breaking news.
Yep. So you heard it here first. The protest
good.
has been recorded from us. So we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, we're just going to go out and have some fun, hopefully start the game over from our mindset. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit of time to get the gym reorganized, but maybe that'll work in our favor.
Well, we'll let you go get warmed up. Appreciate you popping up, and I'm sure we'll have a laugh about it afterwards. And at least Nathan isn't at fault this time.
He's not alone. Yeah, thank you.
He's way too happy.
Yeah, that's far too much chaotic here. I might go try and grab Nathan in a minute, but that is interesting.
Yeah. Ask Domi, she's the scorer, she's a ref.
I'm going to hold on to this. I don't know what mics we're on. We could be on anything at this point. But Malory's saying they're going to protest because they're given a replay ball. I would agree that point didn't affect the outcome of the game.
Well, you
It
never
didn't
know.
affect Rebels in the action. They only protest Rebels saying, I don't know what the rule is. Both teams are going to just start at least keeping loose, which is the best thing. I reckon for those of you at home, we're probably about 10 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Give me a second.
Sorry, we're just moving our camera setup here. Just a note from Charlie Ford, our men's sponsor is actually Dynamic Sports Flooring. So maybe next year we'll get them to come down here and take a look at the floor.
Well, that's why I made the dynamic joke with Chloe. That was exactly what was on my mind. Right, ladies and gentlemen at home, you've got a job to do. It is now going to be 6-4, as we've just heard from Chloe Allen, that referees have decided to play a let. Malory are going to protest. Who's going to win this game? While we're waiting, you might as well put it in the chat. Let your predictions go. JC, don't worry about poll. You've got other things to do. Or we're going to start a new poll. You've got to close the first one. But we're making this
or
so
what
as we
else
go.
could happen in this game?
Yeah. And also, while you're doing that, give us your thoughts on match MVPs, because we've got a difficult decision to make on that in a minute.
Ooh.
We've got to figure that out going. But let us know your thoughts about a potential MVP for this game as well. While we wait, just apologies in advance, we are not going to have any sideline cameras for obvious reasons, so we're just going to have one baseline camera for the end of set, and we'll also probably send the roaming camera around as well. But there's a new poll in the chat as well, so who is going to win? Malory or Essex? Let us know your thoughts, and yeah, any MVP, any questions you've got for us while we wait for about 5-10 minutes, please let us know in the chat. We will get around to those questions while we've got a break. And it is a busy weekend in the Super League. There are more games going on as Side Out, and I'm trying to remember the schedule. I know it's Lionhearts Newcastle at 6 o'clock tonight. I think Side Out are playing Dark Star at 5:45 as well in the MAAREE Women's Super League. I think there's a men's game thrown in as well. I should probably know the schedule. It is my job after all.
So we've all been thrown off by the floor.
Yeah. But also, we can't fully warm up because the bleachers are in the way, so the bleachers need to be pulled back in. So that's now the current delay. They are going to allow people courtside to stand and watch. Yeah, this is Jefferson Williams is up having a chat with some people. He's chilled as ever.
Well, at least this isn't as much of a shock as last year. Some of the Essex men's team are testing out the floor where they're sitting just in case we have more holes coming.
Yeah, and this is a well-used facility for multiple reasons. As the cameras that record the games and upload to Huddle are just getting rearranged as well up here. Yeah, it's as Steph Boyce points out, she thinks the floor had already broke, which is what I agree. But there you go. MVP of the game, the floor. Good job, Carl Rumstick. And the floor should be carded for repeat violation. Fair point as well. All agreed. Yeah, and I think partly, Steph, that's probably why Malory are protesting. There are definitely still some conversations happening.
The ref is being shown the point where we think it happened.
Yep. Well, we assume that's what we got no idea what's happening down there.
Yeah. Although
Essex
the bleachers
are
are being
finally pulled back.
90%.
So we're
done.
probably 7 or 8 minutes away. Jack Bailey agreed the point did not get replayed last year. Again, this is why we think Malory are going to protest. But we will figure that out. And yeah, we're about probably 7 or 8 minutes away. As Alex Chinnery said to us, he thinks he'll get about a 5-minute warm up with the court just to help the players out here. Everyone's doing different things. Rebels in a bit more controlled warm-up drills. Malory doing whatever they want. Ari, Emily Feller and Lena Ramirez playing one-handed touch. And yeah, because it wasn't like the floor affected anything within that point, so we'll figure that one out sometime next week, but with all the implications of...
So what you're saying is you're going to have a fun podcast this week.
Well, that clip's going to make it again, because that's a talking point. But obviously, it's the implication longer term if that happens, and if points then get changed later in the year, it becomes very interesting. as we just tried to sort that stuff out. Yeah, bleachers away, so we're not that far away. Jefferson Williams. Yeah. We've got a happy photographer at the moment as well. Different angle to shoot the last bit of the game from. New rule implemented for the league. New rule to implement for the league. What happens when the floor breaks and there's a month left of the season?
Oh dear.
We've got to tidy up a couple of bits from the bleachers. The floor needs a little bit of a sweep and stuff where bags have been and the bleachers have been. That shouldn't take too long. As I will probably turn, I don't know which mics those are, so I'm going to just turn them off so we don't ruin that. It's going to be a bit of a run through of my post game as well, but we'll figure that one out. No MVP apart from the floor in the chat, so we're just going to have to work it out.
Okay, well, who's your top?
Apparently, there you go.
Oh.
Someone spotted, hold on. Look, yeah, it looks like Tara King was the one that broke the floor. We just never realised.
Oh. She must have been
The
in
referee's gonna
rotation
check the net.
1.
Yes, so it definitely, because you know, I said I thought I could see a bit in the floor earlier, and it was still there before the point. So that definitely stands that the point wasn't affected, which will probably only help Malory, but we've got no idea, because I'll be honest, my rules knowledge of broken floors and replay points doesn't exist.
I'll have to check the FIVB handbook.
Yeah,
We're going to make
fair.
a whole new section.
Yeah, broken floor before the point. So Jefferson Williams is just checking what's going on. I think Malory officially making sure that protest has been lodged. Alex Chinnery and Carol Gordon having a bit of a hug, because I think Alex, as he said, is just happy to get the game done. We're now going to flip ends. Why? Let me think about this. Because Rebels were left of the table when it happened, so they take the left-hand bench, and then in about 4 points' time, we're all going to flip again. Anyway.
Both teams getting ready to play again.
Should interview McKenna's dad while we're waiting. That should have been a done thing as well. I just get a nod. Hold on, Sophie. I can just fill it.
So we are watching the green lines. There are some basketball court lines that intersect it, but it will be the green lines. Don't worry, we still have line judges, although I do think an antenna needs to be fixed. If you're joining us, we're in the 5th set. Rebels are up 6-4. The point challenge apparently seems to stand. And we're just cleaning the floor up a little bit because there was some dirt left over from the bleachers.
Yes, we are on green lines. Good question at home. We are from Barber Switcher. We can confirm it is the green line. We are going to be slightly off camera in terms of that back corner, so we'll make sure we've got some coverage for you. Can't do a lot about it, just with the angle of the tripod. So we will have to call this corner for you.
The antenna. It needs to be straightened. Oh, can you grab someone? Can you straighten the antenna? The antenna.
We're just getting instructions. I don't know if we're just going to go straight in. It looks like we are.
But we can see the scoreboard now.
That helps. So, right, those of you at home, this is going to make the great highlight reel, by the way. It is 6-4 Malory Essex Rebels in set 5. We've moved the court from length to crossways. The last point was replayed as a let. Malory Eagles have protested.
Another. Oh,
it looks like the rule book's out. The coach is now involved.
Are they watching the point or are they checking the rule book?
I've got no idea. Can someone tell us what's happening, please? Because that would be wonderful to know. Because so the referees, I think, have been in the rule book. Because Malory are going to protest. They've tried to get ahead of the protest. I don't know what's happening because we can't hear. I don't even know. Can we send someone to go find out for us?
And there's a lot of yelling.
Nathan!
He's calling his team in. Still leaving McKenna Smith to talk to the referee.
Yeah, I've sent the Malory captain, men's captain Nathan Fullerton, to get an understanding, so we've got an understanding of what's going on, because then we can tell you at home, which would be wonderful, because we don't want to guess.
I agree, Amber. There are so many complications, but this is a bit unprecedented.
Yeah, this is new. So, yeah, the referee is explaining it to Nathan, so Nathan will come up and, well, effectively shout up the balcony for us.
Although Malory are cheering, so let's just double check.
Oh,
the scoreboard's been reset.
I think we're going to replay set 5. We're going to replay.
So,
Yeah. 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 So everyone's happy with it, so it's just a renew set 5.
so we're actually redoing set 5.
Yep.
So the score goes back to 0-0 as we started the previous set.
That's why we're getting another coin toss.
Oh, so that was the coin toss. We missed
So the
it.
coin toss, that's why, but no one had been told, so...
So as we start set 5 again, it looks like Malory Eagles will be serving with Jojo Cruz to start.
Yes, so the lineups have to be the same. So the last 11 points,
Don't count.
it's the worst possible option, but actually I quite like it because we get more volleyball and it's actually fair for both teams.
But how
No
are you
one's
going to make the
disadvantaged.
highlight reels? which set do you choose?
I mean, both.
More content.
Alex, but everyone from both teams is happy. That's the
well,
important
apart
thing.
from the referee,
And we don't have a protest.
he's just told off the crowd for cheering.
Hey, right, ladies and gentlemen, the lineups have to stay the same. We are back to 0-0. No protest because we've gone back to 0-0. It also means that last year's Malory Nottingham game could have been replayed from 24-25 in a set per rules. That would have been fun. Anyway, Jojo Cruz to serve. We are 0-0, set 5, 1 point apiece. Let's play volleyball. Shambling overpass played by Scott. This is affecting our sightlines too, by the way. And that is tipped in and
That's
just
out.
misses the sideline. That was not far away though. That was coming right at us. We are off centre left. I've never commentated from this angle before. This is fun.
I can't really see half the court. Thanks, Joe.
Sierra.
Oh,
Alan and Nebrega somehow. Oh, Gabby
Oh!
Nebrega's down. Gabby
Oh,
Nebrega's down. I think she took a knee to the head
oh, jeez.
as Chloe Allen slid in. Alex Chinnery's immediately pulling team over. Hassan Farhat, one of the physios, is over. Great job by Hassan to see he's okay. And we will update you. Great job by the team, especially Hassan to jump up. We imagine Emily Feller needs to get ready because she's probably going to go set. They could go with Lena Ramirez. Gabby's sitting at least upright, which is great news for everyone. I imagine either way she's probably going to kind of have to come out of this game with concussion protocols, assuming that's what it was. And we confirmed with Alex Chinnery there is not going to be a protest. Everyone's seen the rule book and everyone agrees. The other question is, does that point remain valid? Because Gabby was down mid-set. Obviously, Malory didn't get it over, so I don't think they could argue for that point to be allowed.
I don't think they would. I don't think you
If
can.
the ball had gone over, then at that point you have
Yeah.
to let it for player safety. TT, who is speaking to Gabby now, is also a trained physio. He works for West Ham. So
And she's back.
on the feet. Great to see. And it is 2-0 to the Rebels confirmed. I agree with all of that. And this is how it started. Was it not 3 or 4-0 to Rebels?
It was 4-0.
Off a service run by Hayley Gilfillan.
Great pass from Sierra. Slide to Scott.
That was inside. That's tight. Smith goes for the tip into the block. Allen, tight angle. Tara King is there. Dupre splits the block. 3-0 Rebels. It feels like a lot has changed, but nothing has changed. Do stats get erased?
I asked this question.
Kath, I'll deal with that sometime down the line. It's also not my pay grade. We'll figure it out. I mean, the good news was it was only, 10 points of volleyball?
They could have been some career best there, and we've just wiped them.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Kellum with the roll shot from the pipe. Big one for Malory. They didn't want to get the 4-0 hole again. Gets Hayley Gilfillan, who's had a great service day, off the line as well. And it'll be Jaden Scott to serve. Obviously, he's caught a little bit short in terms of baseline runoff. Scott just clears net. Borovec does well. McKenna Smith. Great set. Allen goes to the tip. No one there for the Rebels.
Yeah, she saw the last time Tara King kept picking
Jojo
it
Cruz
up.
has now gone down. She's cramping up.
Oh, stop pointing things out.
Hey, we're going to be able to write a book about this fifth set if more things happen. Good job no one's got plans on a Saturday night, hey?
Yeah,
Scott.
bear in mind this game started at 2 o'clock.
No, it
Oh, and that was a great swing from Dupre. Block was nowhere near.
2:30 first serve, that was the only good news. But you can see here, Dupre one-on-one isolation against the smallest Malory blocker in Gabby Nebrega.
No, she went completely past her.
Yep.
She might as well have just given her the net.
There's McKenna Smith, Allen, Kellum and Sierra getting each other's way.
And the ball is out. I don't think you can see it on the stream, but there is a basketball hoop that got hit.
Yep, that wasn't a problem. That's why we have to replay sets, because the court conditions most definitely change. Albeit, rumour has it, FIVB apparently thinking about adding a ball off the ceiling. I don't know what a ball off the basketball net counts as. We'll figure that one out.
Would they add off the walls as well?
Tips again.
Would they add off the walls as well?
No.
Could have like a squash volleyball hybrid. That would be amazing.
Yeah, they're only rumour changes. We'll see. Lips might be able to serve under new rules. There's a fun one.
Actually, that one I would love to see, because I think like Sierra has an amazing serve. She just hasn't been able to use it.
That's tight. Smith rescues it illegally so on the Malory side of the net. We are 5-4. And we said when effectively if Malory had won that point, it would have been 6-5. So we just need 1 point apiece, and then
It's back to where we were.
Savannah Spitzer given time to tie a shoe up. McKenna Smith giving the call. Reminder: we will change ends after some team. Either team gets to 8 points. A Spitzer through the middle, nails that one. Beautiful play down the middle. Savannah Spitzer lined up so deep on that, timed it perfectly, and we're going to get a change. Borovec out, Whitaker in.
Interesting. So we're back,
Whitaker
almost back to
little
where
bit-
we were.
Maybe block it because she's front row. As Dupre into the net, and ladies and gentlemen, the new trend is 6-5 in the fifth set, clearly. And we are back where we were all of about 25 minutes ago. Nobody panic.
Let's just watch out for the floor.
Really? Allen finds Leela Whitaker. Tara King, that's tight. Jojo Cruz got the block up. Recycle ball. King power tip to Kellum. Nebrega able to get out of one. Tight set. Beautiful angle by Kellum. Whitaker owns up to it. I don't know you can do a lot about that angle. Claire Kellum ties us up 6 points apiece.
So if you watch on the block, Callum's wide, Whitaker's just chasing and
Yep.
doesn't make it.
Maybe she drifted in too much, but yeah, beautiful piece of hitting by the Malory Oppo. As that one clips the tape. Smith back to Whitaker. Allen able to take the pass. Kellum didn't quite get the tip connection she wanted. Whitaker off the net tape. We're going to say a block touch up.
Oh, there's a
Scramble,
net
and
touch.
there's a net touch by Ava.
Kutelik.
No arguments from Malory. 7-6 Rebels lead.
Just a sigh for everyone who did
No,
the...
we are not. We're not doing anything. We're not mentioning it. We are not mentioning the score. It is Savannah Spitzer to serve. Rebels win the point. We change ends. That short serve has been adjusted by Malory. Kellum has to wait and finds the hands of Gilfillan and Whitaker. That one threw off even the blocking time. It threw off the hitter and the blocker. So 7-7. We know we're changing points after this. Then the question is, who has the lead? Malory have not led in either set 5. Fun fact. That is seamed between Dupre and Whitaker. Ace for Malory, and we will change ends with the Eagles up, looking for the reverse sweep. Eight, 7. Ava Kudelek, who, remember, did not start this game, came on as a sub in 1 and 2.
A serving sub, actually.
A serving sub and a little bit of front court rotation. Is now serving, having started set 3 and 4. Those 2 sets were won by the Malory Eagles. As everyone's just happy with the reverse, the change. Making sure the scorebook's all good, making sure it's the right server, which it definitely is. That point went on the wrong server, so that's never ideal. And we are ready to go. 8-7, the Malory Eagles lead. Ava Kudelek to serve. Just a little slide step. Dupre. Smith rescues it. Whitaker, amazing pickup by Leela Whitaker. Malory scrambling. Cruz block touch by the Rebs. Back set. King finds the winner. But that was all Leela Whitaker. That ball looked dead and buried. And we have a serving sub for the Essex Rebels. Anastasia Jovic in for Tara King. We have not seen her since set 1. That was 24-23 Essex, and she aced Ari Sierra to win the first set. Allen. Scott into the block. Sierra with a pickup. Scott puts it over. I don't know how Sierra got to that. Gilfillan dug up by Ari. Cruz tight angle hits the antenna. 2 ridiculous pickups by Sierra. The first one was phenomenal. All for nothing. And Alex Chinnery and Jefferson William going to take time out.
And the score is 9-8 to Essex Rebels.
Can we count it as one of the saves of the season if they don't win the point? We kind of have to. It's one of them. It's not as like the rally continued from
it's the fact that she was on the net,
she was nowhere,
hustling back to take the middle
and then
from Gilfillan.
Steph Boyce or Karoy. She needs to. Hold on, I've only just noticed this. Steph, help me out and change your YouTube username, because we all know your name has changed, so I don't get it wrong. Thank you. Steph Karoy, thank you. And it'll be Anastasia back to serve once again. She's had 2 points, 2 serves today. She's 1 point on both. As Allen Cruz has got loads of room. It's going to be a free ball given up by Nebrega at the net. Rebels in control. Back set to slide by Gilfillan. That is not a touch. That was not a touch. Nowhere near. Mainly because we had a great angle on that for the first time all season. Good try, Hayley. At least Steph Schmitz. I'm waiting for that name to change when she types another comment. We'll see if she can figure that one out. Kellum misses the baseline. 10-9 Essex. Kellum, maybe not enough room potentially for the serve. Borovec back in for Whitaker. So they wanted Whitaker at the net for a bit of blocking and protecting Leia Borovec, who returning from injury. But yeah, we saw Kellum go big in set 1, but she probably won't serve again the rest of this game, being 10-9. unless we go to extra points.
You have a way of jinxing it, so never say that.
Hey, I'm enjoying this, so hopefully you all are at home. Borovic, Cruz, perfect pass. Scott on the slide, picks up Jovicic. Dupre misses.
And
There's an argument there. I don't know what it hit. If it hit the net tape,
I thought it was out, but I think they're questioning a
something.
touch.
it hit something. I just don't know if it hit net tape or hand.
I thought, ooh.
TT called touch, but it hit something. I thought it was the net tape.
I don't
My
think it
first
hit the
gut was net
antenna
tape.
though. And oh,
They're going to call the line judge
judge
to see what he saw. Great decision. He's got an angle on it as well. What did they see? I don't mind the let here. I agree. If you're not sure,
I don't think Alex Chinnery will. And the point is awarded to Malory.
McKenna Smith getting clarification. This is where you could do with how far to the sideline. There's a decent amount of room, Barbara. Not. There's 2-3 meters either way to the wall on both sides. So there's no one's concerned about the court. It's also a court that Alex Chinnery's coached upon. He's part of the VB. He's part of the staff that obviously coaches some of the camps that are run here as well. So neither side overly worried. Kutalek out. Patience O'Neill in for blocking as well from Malory. Gilfillan on the slide beats Sierra over the top of Allen. And it's 11-10 Essex. Great adjustment by Hayley Gilfillan. She's talking it up. She gets to go serve. And this is probably the massive rotation now. In both opening set fives, this is where the Rebels' service runs come from. From the serve of Hayley Gilfillan. What can she do?
And she has to make Sierra choose a side because she goes either 1 or 5.
Allen steps in front of Sierra. Kellum is setting. Scott on the adjustment. McKenna Smith is rejected. And actually, I say Kutalek was out. I didn't miss it. It was Gabby Nebrega they brought out.
Yeah,
So
it
Kellum
was
is
Patience.
setting.
Yes.
Yeah, you know where I was going. Been a long day.
So Patience O'Neill in the opposite
Patience
position.
O'Neill in as Oppo. Kellum to set up.
Jaden Scott to serve.
Jaden Scott to serve. 11-all. 5 is the call. Borovic at 6 takes it. Dupre hammers it. Beautiful piece of hitting by Elena Dupre. Absolutely blistered the ball.
Opposite
in between
too
the
wide.
block.
Middle doesn't make it. Beautiful seam for her to just nail that down.
Tara King now back into the front row. Anastasia done her job as the DS serving sub. I love that Cole Van Stig says it's a bad call, but none of us knew if it was in or out, and he's definitely supporting Essex, so that's more than allows. Cruz plays that well. Kellum has to go low. Allen! I think that was going in. Shamblin plays it. She's frustrated. Maybe Carl looks at a replay we haven't had as well, to be fair. As Allen, I think that's going in anyway. Shamblin has to try and make a play on that. So Nebrega back into set. Patience out. Everyone using subs. You get 6 still in the 5th set, so you get to be aggressive with them. There's Nebrega. Borovic. Spitzer misses. Wasn't far away in front of us, but we all had the beat on it.
As Malory takes the lead the first time in the set.
Dupre dug up by Sierra as a net touch.
Oh.
Or centerline violation. I think it's a centerline violation on Ava Kudelek.
After such a big up from Ari Sierra.
All for nothing, and it's a race to 2. It might end at 15, it might end at 50. Who knows? Elena Dupre on the service line. 1 point at stake. Malory Essex delivers again. What happens next? Allen goes touch. Shamblin, that's tight. Tara King goes on 2. Nebrega's in position. Kellum into the block. Rebels controlling it. Smith. Sierra. Allen goes aggressive early. No real intent. Dupre from the pipe is blocked into Kellum, and the Rebels take the lead. What a rally.
Can we just appreciate the swing from Smith?
And the dig, and Jefferson Williams is going to make Dupre think about it. This feels massive.
Can we just watch the middle for Essex, watch her in the air, and the swing on that.
That is a ridiculous pickup.
I don't think you could hear it on the stream, but the noise on it.
Oh no, you can hear it. You can hear it. The Essex Rebels, men loving it, this feels like a final. This is for 1 point. It's not even, well, it might change something come the end of the season, who knows. This is the MAAREE Women's Super League.
It's 5:05 p.m.
By the way, we still got to pick an MVP in a minute. Good luck with this one. Volleyball's the MVP.
Sorry, to regroup, it's now match point for the Essex Rebels.
Elena Dupre, who's had a sensational game for the Rebels. What can she do? You're probably going down the line to Jojo Cruz. You are. Nebrega scrambling. It's not going to be an attacking swing by Allen.
Oh.
Borovec over to King for the match. Goes deep tip. Malory out of system. Allen finds the seam. We are going extra points, ladies and gentlemen. 14-all.
And Claire's nearly are up to serving, so.
That one misses by Allen, not even close. Match point 2 to the Rebels. Fist pump by Alex Chinnery. Savannah Spitzer to serve. The two middles for the Rebels have done a lot on the service line today. I don't even know if I've got my stats up anymore. That might have happened. Short.
Sierra.
Nebrega tight.
Kudalek misses.
Kudalek misses. The Rebels win. Oh, touches.
A touch is called. No.
No, I didn't think there was a touch on that. There was one.
No. Oh, okay. And that's it.
I saw one flag look like it was a touch call.
There was no touch on that.
I didn't think so either. Kudalek misses the biggest swing, but what a match that was. Sophie, I don't even know where to start.
I think we all just need to take a breath and appreciate everything that happened here today.
We're going to wander down. We might lose signal. We're going to have to go back way, Sophie. We've not got a balcony to walk down.
Can we not jump over?
But Essex Rebels do the double over Malory. This one, both teams are going to take something away from, though, going into this Newcastle-Durham weekend.
Oh, yeah, and, you know, this is the second back-to-back five-setter Essex have been through. They must be exhausted.
Yeah, and I don't even know where to start. Rebels 2-0 up, dramatic end of set 1. And it looked like in set 2 it was just all Essex. And then the flip just switched out of nowhere, and then...
Yeah, you saw some big swings from Chloe Allen. Claire Callum came back into her own, started to tighten up her swings. And then obviously the fifth set... with all the chaos that ensued, so we're just going to wander down.
We're going to let Essex do the huddle. Both teams in huddles. We'll probably try and grab a bit of reaction from both, but obviously this sets up next weekend, Sophie, because we can talk about it generically for both teams here. They both have the same schedule now. Newcastle and Durham on the road, Friday for the Rebels, and then Sunday. Malory goes Saturday, Sunday. So how important now is this game? Both teams coming away with a point. How does that set up Newcastle? Because Newcastle are the team that are chasing Malory and Essex to try and break in along with side out for the Final Four.
I mean, at this point in the season, every point counts. But, you know, there's going to be some big games and they're all very tight. So no team can really afford to stop their recovery or figure out, you know, there's not a lot of time and a lot of big games to win.
And we said before the game which one it means more. You think maybe with the Essex lack of form, this is probably meaningful, winning in 5, especially after last week and the heartbreak.
Oh yeah, it definitely sends a message, you know, that Essex are back on form.
Yeah, and obviously going to 5 last week, you don't want to but that just gets the momentum going. And obviously it's going to be a difficult week. They've both got Bucks action. We'll see who we get over. We're not going to pick an MVP because volleyball was that good today. It looks like Elena Dupre is going to come over. Well, have you had a broken floor before in set 5?
That was a first.
Just talk about the game, how meaningful this is. Obviously, you knew a little bit going in about the rivalry, but the form hasn't quite been there. So to get over the line today, to bounce back from last week, how important is it for the group?
I thought it was pretty important. As you know, these last 2 games haven't been, I think, our greatest. So I think this match really showed us who we are and kind of what we can do and how to bounce back.
And for you're tired, clearly, but just talk about the emotional range of that 5th set, having to restart it, but then also in the 5th set, it just swung back and forth, and it was literally a 1-point game either way.
I think really we just kind of stayed playing our game. We played for each other. That was a very big thing for us, which is kind of playing for each other as a team. And I think even having to restart that 5th set, I thought we really did a good job of staying together, staying in the play, and every point.
And for you, big game. It feels like you like playing Malory. It's always a good sign. But what's kind of clicking at back end of the season? Obviously, you and McKenna know each other anyway, so you've had that connection. But it just feels like you're coming through at the right time.
I think we've had a bunch of conversations over the past couple of days of what's working, what's not working, adjustments that we're making, and I think it really just showed out here today.
Cool, we'll let you go get some rest in. I know you've got a busy week going up north as well, so thank you for joining us, Elena.
Thank you for having me.
There's the thoughts of Elena Dupre. We bring just Sophie in to wrap up. And Sophie, such an impactful game, but terrific advert for how much the volleyball's developed, which is what you talked about in the pre-game. This Super League is so tight.
Yeah, and a lot of exciting things in that match to take away. So I think I got what I wanted, apart from a Malory win, obviously.
Well, as a Malory player, we'll let you off. Obviously, we'll be back next week. We have 2 more Super League lives back-to-back. You might know about the side-out one. We are in the score later next week. Richmond, Nottingham, side-out Leeds. But that's not it, ladies and gentlemen. You get to see this Essex Rebels team again in 2 weeks' time. For International Women's Day, we are going to add a Super League live to the schedule. Essex Rebels, London Giants, Sunday the 8th of March, 2 o'clock. And then a rematch of that quarterfinal from last weekend, Essex side out at 4 p.m. at the Essex Sport Arena on International Women's Day. That's going to be another fun game, Soph.
Can't wait.
But for all of us here from the stream team, one broken piece of floorboard later. That is it from Cobham. Appreciate you joining us. Time Out podcast on Wednesday. We'll break it all down and we'll see you from Leighton next week.